All right, and we are live. All right, so gonna be first down 10 from about the 34-yard line for the Jaguars. Let me get this all set up. Hold on one second. Fixed. There we go. All right. When TV timeouts happen, I'm probably gonna try to get my video up. I've almost got it up. I'm gonna have that uploading for a second. First down, 10 and 34-yard line under center, two tight ends to the right. Going to be a handoff. That's going to be for a 3-yard loss to Parker Washington. That's Matt did pick the Jaguars to win. I think it's going to be a higher scoring game, 31-27. Like I said, it's nicer weather. Both these defenses, the run defense for the Jaguars was the run offense of the Bills will be interesting to watch for sure. But we'll check and see. Second down 13 from the 30-yard line. Shotgun formation with ETN to his right. Now over to his left. Drops back a pass. Going to be a screen, and that's going to be to ETN, who's going to get to about the 35, down by the 36-yard line. So it'll be third down by 8 for the Jaguars. 14 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Yeah, it's like best passing offense. I guess not best passing. One of the best pass offense, one of the best pass defenses. So it's like strength on strength. So interesting how this game goes. Throws the left side and great job there. Is that who's that on coverage? I know they tried to get to Myers, Jacoby Myers, but I think is that Cole Bishop that was on the coverage? I think it was Cole Bishop that knocked that ball away, but initially Jason Myers had it. Yes, it is. Cole Bishop, the second-year safety. Jacoby Myers had it on the fingertips. But great job there by Cole Bishop knocking that ball away. And it's going to be a 3 and out for the Jaguars. Bills get the ball. Let's see here how the return's going to be. They're coming after it. Almost gets blocked. Going to be let that one go. It's going to go all the way down to about the 6-yard line where we're stopping. So first down 10 to the 6-yard line. Hello there, Emmanuel. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Who you got winning? Like I said, I got the Jaguars winning, 31-27. I think it's gonna be a great game. I think it's gonna be another we'll have 3 straight great games. So I'm hoping for. I'm personally so unsure. I still haven't picked a winner. I made 2 brackets, 1 Bills, 1 Jags. This is the most confusing game for me. This one and then the Eagles 49ers one I went back and forth on. So yeah, no, I agree. This one is definitely confusing for me. So under center, Josh Allen. Also, he's never won a road playoff game. Interesting little note. Gonna be a handoff I said Josh Jacobs. So used to the Packers again last night to James Cook for about a 3-yard gain, maybe. Second down 7 for the Bills. So like I said, it's strength on strength. One of the best passing defenses for the Bills against one of the best passing offense for the Jaguars the last couple of weeks. Going up against one of the best rushing offenses for the Bills versus one of the best rushing defenses. The best rushing defense against the Jaguars. Like I said, it's strength on strength. Very interesting game. But I think that it's going to come down to can Josh Allen make a few plays and can Trevor Etienne go wild against this bad Bills run defense. Under center, once again, going to be a play action pass. And Josh Allen is going to throw. That's going to be a Khalil Shakir catch. He's going to get basically back to the line of scrimmage. So nothing there. Try to confuse him a little bit, but great job there. I think it was Greg Newsome, the one they traded for from the Browns, to make that play. And it's going to be third down and 7. Yeah, try to bring him all around, but Greg Newsome was not fooled. And great job there by the Jaguars defense. And as I mentioned before, at the TV timeouts, I'm going to try to get the video out because I have it downloading right now. So it'll be close. So hopefully after this first TV timeout, I'll be able to get that video uploaded. So shotgun formation, running to his right, tight end to his left, drops back a pass, bringing a blitz, and Josh Allen throws, and that's going to be caught, and that's going to be Shavers up to about the 23-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds. First down 10 for the Bills. Great job there by Shavers. Let's see, he's in his. How long has Shavers been in the NFL? I think maybe 2 or 3 years. I don't think he's been that long. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong. You could be in here for quite some time. I just don't recognize it. Well, great blitz pickup by Dawson Knox and also Ray Davis to get that ball out. So from the 23-yard line, under center, see if they're going to probably be a run here by James Cook, if I had to guess. And it is. Going to try the middle. It's going to try the right side and kind of got tripped up a little bit. But did get up to about the 27-yard line. There is a flag, however, and it's on the line of scrimmage, so either it's going to be a legal formation or offsides. Because like I said, they didn't stop the play. So let's see what they're going to call. Why we gotta have Brad Allen? Brad Allen should not do any playoff games. He should not do any playoff games. I don't know why we have Brad Allen. If I'd known that, I probably would have bumped up how many penalties are going to be on this game. I'm not salty at all about Brad Allen reffing the Bucks-Panthers game. Not at all. First down 20. 11:22 left to go in the first quarter. Josh Allen, empty set. Got to be trips to the right. Drops back a pass. Fakes a screen. Then throws to Khalil Shakir to 20, up to about the 24, 25-ish yard line. It's going to be a second down and basically where they were before, about the 9 or 10 yard line. Oh, actually, no, second down 8, sorry. Second down 8 for the Bills on that screen to Khalil Shakir. Newsom is trying really hard. Oh, Frank Gore Jr. is getting with it with the who's that? I can't tell who that was. He was getting with another Jags player. Second down 8, 10:40. Let's go in the first quarter. Shotgun, actually really empty set. Drops back a pass. They're bringing a little bit of blitz. Throws, and that's going to be caught, and that's going to be is that Brandon Cooks? I think it's Brandon Cooks. Yep. Brandon Cooks for about a 9-yard gain. First down 10 for the Buffalo Bills. Part of me wants the Bills to win because it'll be fun for them to win, but I just don't know. Like I said, the Jaguars team is on a heater, but part of me kind of wants that to happen because I do want I want the Bills versus like the Broncos to be an interesting divisional game. That's for sure. All right, under center. Going to be a toss to James Cook. However, there was a flag, and there's going to be a false start on the offense. Already two flags. Already two flags. Huh, looky there. Postseason career. Josh has an all-time rank at first in total yards per game, rush yards, and TD to interception ratio. That's right, because that 6.25, that also helps because like that 2021 run that Josh Allen had, oh my gosh. If they had just won that AFC Championship game against the Chiefs, like that would have been probably one of the best all-time runs we've ever seen in our whole entire lives. Drops back a pass, Josh Allen is going to try to escape, is going to roll out to his left, is going to be chased, is going to get up to about the 35 and down about the 37-yard line. Brought down there by Devin Lloyd. And so it'll be a nice little run there, about 6 or so yards. Well, actually, no, that's about 7 yards. Second down 8. Speaking of rushing yards, Josh Allen. All right, second down 8. Shotgun formation. James Cook to his left. Maybe. Thrown out there by Jones. So we third down about 6. 8:35 left to go in the first quarter. See if the Bills can get a first down here. So far, they haven't had a long drive. Like I said, they're pinned deep at about the 6-yard line. So right now, I mean, they've had like what, 2 or 3? Yeah, 2 first downs. Shotgun formation with Ray Davis to his left. From the 38-yard line. Check out the line. Drops back a pass. Throws across the middle, and that's going to be incomplete. Try to get it to Dawson Knox, but unfortunately, just a little bit too far away from him. So we have 4th down 6, 7:38 left to go the first quarter. We're going to punt this ball away. Again, I did mention, but when we go to commercial break, I'll be not editing my video, but finishing sending it into YouTube. Not YouTube, but like posting it. So I hope I can get that video done this upcoming commercial break. So we're going to have commercial break after this. Wishnowski with the punt. It'll be fair caught about the 20-yard line. So first down 20, 7:51 left to go the first quarter for the Jaguars to come back. So let me go ahead. I mean, you'll be able to see, because like I said, I have it like showing right here. So here, what do I want to post for this? Roller coaster, twists, and highs and lows. Not down, that's not what I usually. I'm still sad at the outcome of the game, but proud of the fight our team showed. I would love to hear your thoughts. I don't even know if people actually read the description, but every now and then I'll put something in the description. In the comments below. And then the thing I hate the most, got to put in the hashtags because that's how it gets spread, which is, I hate that. I hate like having to add certain stuff because I feel like it's going to like make the thing grow, but like that's unfortunately what I have to do. And I'll do hashtag keep alley. Because it typically does work, which is what I don't like, but it is what it is. No, it's not made for kids. Let's see here. What should I add at the end? So, commercial break. All right, I'll be back. Get that back to where it was. All right. So, still 0-0. Almost ready to be posted. I'll be for the next commercial break. I've heard some people say that Josh Allen gets no criticism for the Bills' failures. Do you think that's fair? I feel like there's only one man could carry the team. It depends on the person. Drops is under center, be handoff. That's going to be ETN, who actually gets about 2 or 3, depending on the spot. Second down 7. Like, there are certain players who, like, because they're like from like a smaller market team or whatnot, don't get as much. What's the word I'm looking for? Doesn't get as much like screen presence or whatnot. Like for the Dallas Cowboys, Dak gets blamed for a lot of stuff, even if it's not his fault because he's at the Dallas Cowboys. It's big market teams. People talk about it a lot. People don't talk about the Buffalo Bills as much because it's in Buffalo. So there is some stuff. There's some credence to that. However, like some of the stuff is not his fault, and some of it is like you could blame it on the defense. So I would say that's a false start on the left tackle, Walker Little. I would say more so it depends on the person because, like I said, when Josh Allen makes he didn't set his feet. His wide receiver was wide open. If he just set his feet as he was like escaping to the left, which he could have done because he had time, he wasn't that pressured. Like he would have easily made that throw. So again, like I said, I think it just depends on the person. Some people would be like not give him any kind of credit, and some people will give him no kind of blame. But that just happens when you're like a star quarterback. Unfortunately, you have some people who are really gung-ho on him, and you have some people who are like totally against him. Josh Allen, not Josh Allen, sorry, talking about Josh Allen. Trevor Lawrence throws to Trevor Etienne, who is trying to shake and bake Shaq Thompson. Gets close to the first down, but I think it's going to be about a 2 yards short. Be third down, 2. Great job there by Shaq Thompson in coverage. Yeah, I mean, I'll give criticism to Josh Allen when he makes bad throws, when he makes dumb stuff. Like I said, that's like that third down conversion. He unfortunately was not able to get. Because like I said, he unfortunately threw an errant pass to Dawson Knox. So like I said, it just depends on the person. Shotgun formation, bunch to the right, Etienne to his left, third down 2. Now brings Etienne to his right. Going to be a handoff. That's going to be Etienne's going to easily get the first down to the 35 and down about the 39-yard line. Again, this is going to be very imperative for this Jaguars offense. Can they run the ball against this porous, like absolutely horrendous rush defense by the Bills? It's going to come down to, like I said, can Etienne run the ball for quite some yards against the Bills defense, and can can Josh Allen exploit the secondary of the Jaguars? Down the middle of the field and dropped and almost picked off by Cole Bishop, but unfortunately Parker Washington is not able to catch that ball. He's second down 10. A little bit behind him. I said Trevor Lawrence didn't throw the most accurate ball. Just double check, make sure I'm right. I'm pretty sure it was a little bit behind him. Yeah, it wasn't a great ball by Trevor Lawrence. Actually, it was a good bit behind him. It would have been a difficult catch. So, but like what you're saying, like I mean, it just depends on like who's talking about it, I guess. 5:25 to go in his first quarter. Second down 10 from 39-yard line. Shotgun formation. Looks like with Tootin to his right. Drops back the pass and is going to throw it across the middle. Picked off! That's goes to the 50, up to the 45, 40, up to the 35, and down to about the 32-yard line. That's Shaq Thompson, the former Carolina Panther that was under the tutelage of Sean McDermott when Sean McDermott was the defensive coordinator for the Panthers back in the 2015-2016. So great job there. But actually, just 2015, because then Sean McDermott went to the Buffalo Bills in 2016. So look at there, Shaq Thompson. I understand why we had to let him leave. I unfortunately do think that that's been a problem with our linebackers not being as good. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Like, so hopefully we'll get a good linebacker in the draft. But it is fun seeing a former Panther do so well. So Bills set up really well right now. I don't know if okay. Also, Emmanuel, what video do you think I should put at the end of the video I'm about to post for the Panthers loss? Going to be a toss to James Cook, who's going to give out the 39-yard line. No, actually, the 30-yard line. Gained about 3 yards there, second down 7. Cam Coleman to Texas official. Okay. I don't mind that. Like I said, I think that's actually best for him because, like I said, what he needs is a great quarterback, and Arch Manning is definitely going to be a great quarterback next year. The reason why I didn't think the Alabama thing was going to happen was because, like, you just had to deal with bad quarterback play. Yes, obviously Keelan Russell and Austin Mack should be better than what you've been thrown to, but, like, is it certainty it's going to be better? You don't know that. Play action pass, going to be a check down. It's going to be James Cook, who went backwards. But I think we're going to give him, like, maybe a yard. This will be third down and about 6, yeah. That's good for Cam. Like I said, we don't have to play him, thankfully. That's the other thing, too, I didn't want to have to do is play against Cam Coleman. So I'm pretty sure we don't play Texas. No. But we do play Florida, and we got to play Eric Singleton. And then we got to play Arkansas, so we got to play a whole bunch of people who transferred away from Auburn. So from the 29-yard line, third down 6, empty set for Josh Allen after this pick by Shaq Thompson. Hopefully, they can make the most of it. And going to be a QB draw that did not work at all. It got like a yard. So, got like a yard, and a little pushing and shoving going on. I think they got their fingers in Josh. I'm surprised it wasn't a face mask. I think they got their fingers in the Josh Fallon's face mask, but it's 4th and 4. They're going to kick a field goal. Because Josh Allen was always holding his face. So Matt Prater on make a 40 something yard field goal, like 46, 45 yard field goal. Delay game. It could be a false start, but I believe it's gonna be a delay game. I don't know how you get delay game going for a field goal, but okay. So 51 seconds, 51-yard field goal now. Like I said, it's great field position. After the interception, unfortunately, can't do anything with it. Josh Allen's going to the blue medical tent. I believe, like I said, he was holding his like head like afterwards. So I think they might have poked him in the eye. But oh, I love the crash out there, Luke. So 50-yard field goal, kick is up. Kick is barely made it in. Barely made it in. So it is going to be a 3-0. Shaq Thompson's pick did help out the Bills, but that was a close one. Um, I want Kalen DeBoer gone by today. He can't recruit for crap, and our team is going to be so bad. Well, Luke, it's okay if Bama's bad for like however long. It doesn't matter. You had your run. You look, Luke. You were a part of the greatest dynasty that has ever been seen. So yeah, I mean, like if you really think about that, like there should be no reason why you're upset. I mean, you're having to replace a legend. Very hard to replace a legend. Um, what? I'll do the get back Auburn, get back to the win way. It shows both. If somebody watches my video, they also know that I root for Auburn. But yeah, no, like you have you went through the greatest dynasty that we will ever see. We will never see anything like it again. Like I can guarantee we'll never see anything like it ever again. Um, and yeah, so I just think I just think that you just need to accept the fact that Bama will never be as good as they were under Nick Saban. Um, you'll still be good, but never good enough to be consistently good. And you'll just have to deal with that of not being a consistent winner. And however, here's the good news. Here's the really good news for you Alabama fans is that the longer that it takes y'all to get to winning again consistently, is that now all your bandwagon fans are going to become Georgia fans, which sucks for you, Emmanuel, as being a Georgia fan yourself. But it's great for you because you get away from all the toxicity if you come to realization that, like, you're still Alabama, you're going to be competing, but you're not going to be, the top dog everyone fears you all the time anymore, which is fine. You got to cultivate that. Maybe it's with Kevin DeBoer later on. We don't know. Probably not Kevin DeBoer. Probably like the Ray Perkins in this scenario where he has good seasons, but at the end of the day, like he doesn't. He's not able to really take it to the new heights, and then he goes to the NFL. Who knows? That could legitimately happen. But like I said, I mean, I made the video talking about the how to replace the GOAT, where you had Bear Bryant when he retired and all the different coaches that he had to go through. Do I think it'll take as long? No, I don't think it'll be 13 years till you win the next national championship game, because it was from '79 was Bear Bryant's last year, and then that he won the national championship game, and then 1992 with Gene Stallings. Like I said, I don't think it's going to last that long in between. Like I said, the last one you won was 2020. I don't think it's going to be 2033 for the next time you win that title, but it is what it is. It is what it is at this point. And unfortunately for you, well, now I would say unfortunately for you, like in your sake, but for everybody else, will revel in the fact that this is what's going to happen. People are going to love to beat you now because of the fact that you have terrorized the leagues for quite some time. So every single time that they beat you, they're going to love it so much more and basically just put you further down in the dust. Because as you can see with other great programs, is once they have a drop off, it becomes like, we revel in the fact that they're not as good as they used to be. 2 times set to the right from the 35-yard line. Going to be a play action pass and gets the pressure. Throws to be caught up to the 40, up to about the 45-yard line, down to the 46. Tackled by Matt Milano. That's be first down. Well, okay, that's a terrible spot. That is a terrible spot. Second down to 1. That should have been the first down, but it's okay. I don't know how in the world it's. I mean, okay, I'll take. I'm not going to argue with the ref, but again, I don't like Brad Allen's crew. Second down to 1, 2 times set. Probably going to be a run here for ETN from the 44. Now going to be shotgun formation with ETN to his left. Drops like a pass and is going to drop it off to ETN. He's going the first down to the 45, up to about the 50-yard line. So a great job there by ETN. First down 10 for Jaguars. 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Still 3-0 with the Bills leading. But Jaguars in midfield, they're moving on down the field. They feel moving on down the field. I don't like how I said that. Could have done better. Josh Allen seems to be good, though. He does have a little cut on his ear, though. Under center with, looks like Tootin in the backfield. Goes in Park, or not Park, Washington motion. Going to be a toss up to Tootin. He's going to try the little right side. He's got plenty of room to the 40 to 35 and down to the 30-yard line. First down 10 for the Jaguars. As I stated, if you could just run the ball, just continue to run the ball. This is the worst run defense. You have decent running backs. Just run the ball. And, I mean, like I said, they got fooled by dude. Shaq Thompson got fooled terribly by the motion. So there was no linebacker over there to kind of help out. So, yeah, no, this is from the 30-yard line. Sorry, first down 10. Hand up to Bashawn Tootin. Up to the 25 to the 20. Down to about the 18. No, actually not really the 18. All the way down to like the 17 to 16-yard line. First down 10 for the Jaguars. Just run the ball. Just run the ball. Just run it. And it's been good. Look at that. 28th ranked rushing yards allowed per game. Tied for the most rushing touchdowns. Like I said, just bad run defense. Going to be a hand up to Bashawn Tootin off the left side. 10, up to the 5, and down to the 3-yard line. First and goal from 3 for the Jaguars. Now, I wouldn't notice this. Trevor Lawrence, I guess he tripped, but he literally fell as he was giving it to Bashawn Tootin. So it's the end of the first quarter, still 3-0. The Jaguars are knocking on the door at the 3-yard line. I'm going to go get me a I want to get me a root beer. I don't want to get a Gatorade. I'll get me a root beer to start off. Oh! My body is very tired. So again, so far, Bills not as impressive. Like I said, you able to have a decent drive, got to like the 38-yard line. We started at 6, but then you had to punt the ball away. It's a missed throw by Josh Allen. Then you got the pick that set you up in great field position. You got nothing out of that either. So you had to kick a field goal. And somehow got a delayed game penalty. I don't know, you're just getting off the field and kicking a field goal. How is it taking you 40 seconds to do that? I don't know. And then your run defense is porous. And it's looking like Jacksonville's just like, wait, we could do that. We could just run the ball and it'd be effective. And we just do that. Yeah, just do that. And it's working. So that's why I thought it was going to be a high-scoring game. I picked Jaguars 31-27. I do think that Josh Allen is going to have a decent day against this defense that At times it's shown up, especially as of late. But I believe the Bills' offensive line will be able to keep Josh Allen relatively upright. So, um, but yeah, I'm expecting to be another great game because so far we've had two straight great games. Now the Bears one didn't seem like it was gonna be great at first. It was it was not looking the best, but then like I said, Bears came to their own. So, like I said, so far as wild card has been pretty good, pretty daggone good. All right, so first and go from the three. Gonna be shotgun formation. Right back to his right. Two tight end set. Gonna be a pitch to the tight end. He gets like nothing. I don't know why we're doing a pitch to the tight end, but okay. Liam Cohen's like, let's be creative. Doesn't quite work all the time. That was Gregory. Gonna be empty set for Trevor Lawrence from the three. Now gonna bring ETN over to motion, be right behind him or right beside him to the right. Josh Myers goes in motion over to the left, make a bunch to the left. Draws back a pass, and is going to throw for the end zone, and that's going to be caught, and that's going to be Brian Thomas Jr. Touchdown, Jaguars. 14-14 left to go in the second quarter. It's still 6-3. Extra point makes it a 4-point game. So great drive by the Jaguars. Tre'Davious White, what are you doing, dude? All right, so Cam Little, kick is up. Kick is going to be good. So, like I said, it is going to be 7-3. I'm hoping that Cam Little gets a chance of kicking a long postseason field goal. What's the longest? I should know. Let me look that up. Oh, I just realized I did not have the thing switched over. My bad. I just realized I did that. Oopsie. Sorry, I forgot to change that over. Let's see here. What is the longest post? Don't give me that. All right. So, however you say that name, Stoyanovich. Is it Stoyanovich? Is that his name? Stoyanovich. In 1991, and then did. Okay, so that's regular season. Cam Little broke it himself. Postseason. Can I get the postseason? Can I get the postseason? One. For the Miami Dolphins, and then Graham Gano for the. That would have been for us. So that would have been the 2017? Yeah, that would have been the 2017 season against the New Orleans Saints. So it is 58 yards is the longest in postseason history, which obviously Campbell can hit. So maybe that might happen. Who knows? Yeah, the last time before this previous time we were in the playoffs, 2017 season, where you had Saints, Panthers, and Falcons all three make the playoffs. Unfortunately, we got swept by the Saints in the regular season. Also couldn't beat them in the wild card. Atlanta beat. I want to say who did Atlanta beat that 2017 year? Is that when they beat the Rams? I think Atlanta beat the Rams in 2017. Or no, did they play the Eagles? No, they didn't play the Eagles. I can't remember. Going to be returned up to the 25, up to the 30. Ray Davis up to the 35, and down to about. Oh, he fumbled the ball. Oh my gosh. Don't know who has it. It's up to the 36-yard line. Wow, Jaguars have it. Devin Lloyd came out with it. First down 10 for the Jaguars, up 7-3. So Ray Davis, the first team All-Pro returner, fumbles the ball. He's having a great return right there, and then right on the helmet. Yep, it's easily out. And Devin Lloyd has it. It's unfortunate for Ray Davis too, because like I said, it's two helmets basically in succession, like hit the ball. So I mean, it's kind of hard to hold on to. So Jaguars get the ball about the 36-ish yard line. 14:05 to go second quarter. More than likely, if I'm the Jaguars, let's just run the ball. Just run it. Let Trevor Lawrence, do some play action passes, roll him out, let him use his legs, that kind of stuff. All right, so from the 36-yard line, shotgun formation with ETN to his left. Going to be a handoff to ETN's going to try the right side. He's got some room up to the 30 and down to the 29-yard line. So great run there by 7 yards. He's second down to 3, 13:55 to go in the second quarter. Still 7-3. ETN's going to be subbed out for looks like Bayshaw Tootin. Under center, going to send tight end in motion over to the left. Now, going to make it to be shotgun formation, run back to his left. Drops back a pass to bring in the blitz, and off his back foot throws, and that's going to be caught by Jason Myers. Surprisingly, up to not surprising that he caught it, but it wasn't a great pass. Up to the 17-yard line, first down 10 for the Jaguars. Now, obviously, got to check to make sure they did catch that ball, but let's see here. Yep, that's a catch. Surprisingly, that is a catch. From the 17-yard line, shotgun formation, drops back a pass, throws, and that's going to be incomplete. Try to get Jason Myers. Jason Myers looking for a flag, but he's not going to get it. Matt Milano on the coverage. Can I see early in the coverage, make sure it wasn't a hold? I don't know, it didn't show up before. But second down 10 to the 17-yard line. Shotgun formation. Bayshaw Tootin to his right. Drops back a pass. Gets the pressure. Is going to try to get out of it. That's going to get sacked by Gregory Rousseau to the 19-yard line. So loss of 2. Third down 12 for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Hopefully the Bills are going to stop here. Hold them to, only a field goal. And only be down by 7. Also, silver linings, Luke, too. If your team is bad, Alabama, then you're going to get rid of Kalen DeBoer. So, look on the bright side. Third down 12. Shotgun formation with ETN to his left. Trip to the right. He's going to scramble. He's going to try to get the first down to the 15, and it cuts back inside. It's going to be just short. Gains about 10, but it's going to be fourth down and 2 for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, are they going to go for it? I mean, you might as well. You feel confident with your defense. All right, fourth and 2. 11:30 left to go in the second quarter. Play clock at 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. They gotta call a timeout. They get the play call enough time. 11:21. Let me go to second quarter. Still 7-3, but it's fourth down 2 for the Jaguars. Now, they haven't been able to run the ball very efficiently, but you want to go for a run on 4th and 2, or they would have more options, either run or pass with Trevor Lawrence. Go to bring ETN motion up to the left. 2 tight set. Going to be a keeper by Trevor Lawrence is going to be, it depends on the spot. It truly depends on the spot. I think they're going to mark him short. I think it depends on the spot. I think they're going to mark him short. Let's see. When does his knee hit down? Right there. That's really close. That's really close. I think there's a possibility he could have made it, but it's really close. We get on field view. So his knee doesn't hit until right. Well, okay, let's see here. Virtual measurement. They call it a first down. All right. First down by a couple inches. So first you go for Jacksonville Jaguars. But right there, depending on when he gets it. All right, it's first and goal. 11:07 left to go in the second quarter. I don't know why they added 30 seconds on, but they did. Sean McDermott's going to challenge the flag, challenge the call. I don't mind it. Like I said, it's close enough that you might want to challenge it right there. See, right there, okay, if it's right there, then it's going to be short. If they're going to count like they're going to count the shin, then I think it might be short because we got the close up angle of the shin actually being down. So I do think it's going to be reversed. In my opinion, I think it's going to be reversed. I was thinking the other day, well, not the other day, but thinking last night about what the Panthers are going to do in the offseason. And, like, I was going through mock drafts as well, just trying to think of, like, us at pick 19 and whatever. And it ain't looking good for what we actually need. Like, obviously, still mock drafts, so it's like, how accurate is that going to be? But the people that I want are being taken, and unfortunately being taken usually by the division rivals. Like, they're showing that potentially the Bucks will take Sonny Styles. So actually, I can actually see the Bucks taking Sonny Styles, which I would rather us have Sonny Styles. Um, Also, what's the other one that I've kind of wanted as well? Um, we're on pick 19. The only wide receiver I could possibly see us taking is Mekhi Lemon, and he's just been gone too. Again, do I want us to take a wide receiver in the first round? Absolutely not, because there'll be 3 straight years taking wide receiver in the first round. That's not smart. That's not a smart investment. Makes no sense to do so. It's like that's what's been pushed a lot. It's been pushed a lot by the media, but I'm just saying. But that we're going to take with our first round pick on offense. And the people they've chosen has made no sense. For instance, they've said like the Penn State guard. Again, makes no sense because we have two of the highest paid guards. Yes, they did get injured. Well, David Lewis did, but Robert Hunt did. But again, why would we do that for basically a backup? We're not moving the other one in at center, so it makes no sense to take one. Unless we would be like, unless we decide we don't want to re-sign Cade Mays or Austin Corbett, then sure, that makes sense a little bit. But again, I don't think we're gonna do that. And then it's been like getting Sadiq, and it's like, okay, I get that we don't have like a clear number one tight end, but the way that we're using people is more so just tight end room committee. And based upon what we've seen, it's not like this is a amazing offense just for one particular tight end. It looks like they just have like multiple tight ends. So it is call of return. So it's gonna be first down to the Buffalo Bills. So I don't understand why that is, but we want to go defense with the first round pick. Gonna be a little throw out to Khalil Shakir. Gets about 4 yards there. Second down 6, 11-11. Make a wish. Let's go second quarter. But yeah, I don't understand why that's been a talking point for the Panthers. Where we're going to take this offensive line or wide receiver or tight end. Doesn't make any sense. For wide receiver 3, we spent a first round pick. That's just unwise. Second down 6, shotgun formation. Going to be trips to the left with James Cook to his left. Unfortunately, got a little bluffering. Going to be a quick throw. Let's get to Khalil Shakir. He's going to be at the first down to the 20 and cuts back inside up to the 25 and out of bounds to the 27-yard line. Great job there with Khalil Shakir. He's being heavily involved so far in this game. I think that's his fourth catch. Fourth or fifth catch already. Just going to try to get the ball out of him in space. From the 27-yard line, under center. Looks like it's going to be a two-tight end set. Going to be a play action pass, and Josh Allen's going to throw. It's going to be checked down. It's going to be to Johnson, who's going to get about maybe 5. Either 4 or 5, depending on the spot. Actually, not Johnson. Sorry, Gore. I forget. Johnson's 26, not 20. So it is game of 6, second down 4. 9:40 left to go second quarter, still 7-3. Josh Allen under center. Gus Shavers in motion, now motion back over to the right. James Cook in the backfield. Going to be a toss out of James Cook off to the left side, up to the 35 to the 40, and down to the 43-yard line. Great job there with James Cook in the offensive line. First down 10 for the Bills, and James Cook is kind of not really limping, but kind of like gingerly walking to the sideline. I think he might hit on his knee. And Wingard, who had a tackle on James Cook, is also going to go into the sideline. He's like pointing at his lower back. All right, so first down 10, under center from the 44-yard line. Two tight ends to the right. Justin Brady cooks in motion up to the left. Going to be a play action pass, and got plenty of time. Throws down the field, and it's going to be incomplete, or did he catch it? They're going to say he caught it. That's going to be Brandon Cooks. There is a flag, however, and that happened later on. I believe it might be a pass interference, if I had to guess. Like I said, it's in the realm of a pass interference. Yeah, first down. Like I said, they declined because, like I said, it's going to be a first down anyways to Brandon Cooks. So 8:51, let's go second quarter. And it went right through somebody's hands. Yes, no, it's a grab. It's definitely a catch by Brandon Cooks. So under center, Josh Allen. Gonna send Brandon Cooks in motion up to the right. Now back over to the left. James Cook in the backfield. Gonna be a toss to the left once again. Got some blockers out front. Gonna cut back inside. And not a smart move because, like I said, Trayvon Walker was there. Trayvon Walker saved would have been an explosive run. So instead of being explosive run, only gains about they said lost a yard. Okay. Yeah, James Cook had some room and he decided he was going to cut back, and that was not smart of him. So second down 11. Now I say second down 10. Okay. Unfortunately, Bills had to call a timeout. They're winding down the clock. So 7:45 to go second quarter. Still 7-3. Both teams only have two timeouts. Second down 10. Shotgun formation with James Cook to his looks like to his left. Dropping the pass, only rushing four. Throws, and that's going to be caught, and that's going to be Coleman up to the 10, 15, and all the way up to the 5, maybe the 6-yard line. That's Keon Coleman actually showing up as we first and goal for the Bills. I mean, he was wide open, too. I don't know how 30 just lost him, but he did. And then great stiff arm by Keon Coleman. Yeah, he was supposed to carry him, and he didn't. Ooh. So a first and goal from about the 8-yard line. Under center. Going to send James Cook. Going to be pitched to the right. Going to get down to the 5 and down to about the 4-yard line. So still great gain, about 4 yards. Second goal for the Bills. The reason why I was saying ooh before because they show right here where Josh Allen's hand hits the helmet of Torrance. So yeah, I would guess he's going to hand the ball off to James Cook. Just hope that he can just get on in there. Okay. Looks like it's going to be a two-tight end set. Going to send Gabe Davis in motion up to the right. Going to be a hand of James Cook who's going to try the middle of the field. Gets like a yard before he goes into like basically a brick wall. And it's going to be third and goal for the Bills. 6:13 left to go in the second quarter. Aludican with a stop. All right. Shotgun formation. Actually, no, empty set. Sorry. Empty set for Josh Allen. Going to be a QB power who's going to get in for the score. Josh Allen scores a touchdown. They're saying that, yeah, it's a touchdown. Jaguars are like, oh, he lost the ball, but I think that Josh Allen kind of messed with his leg a little bit. Yeah, he's down on the ground, trying to help him up. Because the guy got bit backwards. Hello there, Dobie. How you doing? How you doing? Right here, yeah, he gets it in, and then right here he gets hit, and then his leg, ooh, just a little bit too tight right there. His leg gets posted up on, and kind of goes on it kind of awkwardly. But it's a touchdown either way. So he gets in for the score, and then right here, see his left leg, like the knee, get kind of like right here, like his knee. I think it was Devin Lloyd came right here and kind of like leaned him forward that way. So hopefully his knee's okay because it did not look great. Kick is up and kick is going to be good. So it's going to be 10-7 with 5:37 to go in the second quarter. But things are looking good. Things are looking good. Josh Allen with a touchdown. Yeah, because he was holding his knee afterwards. So I'm hoping he's okay. I was able to post a video about my reaction to the Panthers losing 34-31. Um, where, like I said, I'm feeling better now. But I was down in the dumps last night. I'll tell you that I was down in the dumps last night. But I'm feeling better about it. Thinking stuff over of just like how great this season's been. Um, we made a 3-game improvement on last year's record. Hopefully, we make some changes. Will we make a 3-win improvement next year? Who knows? Like I said, who knows? But yeah. I'm so sorry. Loss in my playoff game was the fact that you guys had one prior to ours. I'm so sorry. No, Dobie, it's okay. No. Hey, we are happy for you. We're going to be rooting for the Bears for this playoff. And also the Broncos. So, hey, maybe we have Bears Broncos. Who knows? Maybe. It's like, for mine, it's also would have been way different than yours, too. Like, at the same time, like, for mine, it's been like we haven't been in the playoffs in quite some time, but like no one thought we deserved to be here, and we got to prove that we deserve to be there. So like it's like a way more of a moral victory because we were the underdogs. Technically, y'all were like Vegas said that they had a 3-point advantage for the Packers, but like y'all were down 21-3. And it was 21-6 for a long time. And it was like, I mean, I was talking just about the Panthers for a good bit of the stream because I was like, well, this game sucks. Like, it goes from 34-31 to like, and I even said it. I said the fact that like when games like this happen, especially in the playoffs, you have teams that like the team that's up is not going to try to do anything special. Is trying to just try to get out of there, and they're very conservative. And then the Bears weren't executing right, so it was just like there wasn't really anything for me to commentate. And then you kicked another field goal when you were down 21-3. Then you were down 21-6. Then you kicked a field goal. And I was like, well, I mean, at least there's something to kind of keep positive and like there's still a chance. And then you were able to come back and win. And it didn't even help that the Packers scored a touchdown and y'all still came back and won. So that's what I'm saying. Like that's what was great. That's what was great about yesterday's game, and I'm hoping this game is good. Like I said, I predicted the Jaguars will win 31-27. I think it's going to be a great game, especially in the later half of this game. You're having strength on strength. You're having Jags run defense against the Bills run offense. You got the Jags pass defense against the Bills rush defense against the Jags rush offense. Like I said, it should be interesting to see how this goes. How this definitely goes. So, under center for the 26-yard line. Trevor Lawrence now is backing up to make it a pistol with Bayshaw Tootin behind him. 2 times set. Going to be a handoff. Bayshaw Tootin's going to try the left side up to about a 30, and that's going to be dragged down maybe the 29. So gain about 3 or 4 yards, second down for the Jaguars. And Emmanuel, I am very sorry for my friend Soto. He is a raging Saints fan at heart, even though he says his favorite team is the one that makes some money when it comes to betting. I did say that last night too. Like, I get why people bet, but I will never like promote anything like the betting. Cause, like I think it showed like one of the DraftKings videos or whatever, and I just don't, I don't understand. I don't get it. From a 30-yard line, flash a pass, and it's going to take a shot downfield. It got tipped, almost intercepted again by Shaq Thompson. But it's going to be falling complete, third down and 6. Yeah, I'm never going to do a ad for, and especially for gambling. Like I said, I've had family members who have struggled with gambling, so like I said I wouldn't feel great about it if I did. So like I said, I'm the only stuff that I'm actually going to do, maybe if I get that way, that I would do ads for stuff like that. I've already have talked about, like SeatGeek. I've already talked about, so I probably would do them, or like Game Time. However, I would want to make my own ad. Like if I'm going to get paid, I'm not gonna do like some ad read. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna make like a real ad, so that one, I feel like okay, they actually paid me because I made something creative instead of just reading off what they tell me to read. So I don't know. But yeah, on my stream, he told me he put money on the Bears at halftime. I was like, you maniac. Well, he probably made out like a bandit with that one right there. Because I mean, like, dude, it's still wild that you came back. Because like I said, it's the largest postseason comeback in Bears history. Plus, it's against your hated rival. Plus, it's against the team that literally has owned you for years and years and years. And it's really started, especially, like I said, with when Aaron Rodgers took your soul away in 2010. And then now you get to take your soul away and you get to hang that over the Bears hang that over the Packers for years and years to come. Wild pass by Trevor Lawrence on third down. Fourth down, so he's going to punt this ball away. So, like I said, wild that you were able to do so. Wild that you were able to, come back, win that game. You get to host another playoff game against either the Rams or the Eagles. I think you have a great shot at. Like, I legitimately think the Bears have a great shot at winning that game. So you could theoretically make it to this, the NFC Championship game. Play is underway, and it's going to be out of bounds at probably the 28-yard line, depends on the spot. No worries, Dobie. I didn't hear him say anything to offend me. I fell asleep during your stream since it was basically 2 a.m. my time. I don't mind too much people dunking on the Falcons. You know, it happens. It happens. We have a guest who's a Packers fan, otherwise very nice, whose room I had today, and he's devastated about yesterday. Yeah, I think that's the reason. The thing is, like, it depends on what kind of fan you are in like the division rival kind of stuff. But like, so for a while there, the Panthers were dominant against the Buccaneers, but who wasn't dominant against the Buccaneers in like the 2010s and whatnot, especially Cam. And so when the Bucks got good, if you were a respectable Panthers fan, you didn't keep on dunking on the Bucks, like we got along. But if you were a Panthers fan that was like, beating on the Bucks for quite some time, talking about, I'm not going to say on stream what Derek Anderson's nickname was, but you can look that up yourself, what he used to do to the Bucks. But as a backup with the Carolina Panthers. But that's the reason why I'm saying, like, when the Bucks got good, some Bucks fans were sick and tired of like the way the Panthers had treated them, and so there was still some hatred there. Not as anywhere close to like the Tampa versus the Saints or the Saints versus Falcons, 70s and 80s. But like I said, nowhere near as dominant as the Packers over the Bears, who have been rivals for centuries. So way more generations, and the fact that how it happened It happens the same exact way with the Packers, of the Packers fans feeling the way of like, we keep on choking these games away from while a lot of Packers fans want Matt LaFleur gone. And what could have been, because the Packers are like, well, we could have been. Did I say in the stream? It could have been twice that you were the only 7th seed to beat a 2nd seed, and it's against the 2 teams that you have been known to own. So that's the reason why I was like, when it was happening, I was like this is gonna be a lot for Bears fans, because this is like, now they can hang that over you for many years, and now you can hang it over them. Obviously, there's will be some excuses by Packers fans who doesn't throw some excuses out there, but it's still a great thing to have, where you're able to have a massive comeback and beat a team that even you were not expected to beat, and they were the 7th seed. Unfortunately, Josh Allen cannot connect with Brandon Cooks. We second down 10, 4:29 left to go in the second quarter. Where is it at? Oh, I feel like most fans of losing teams would say the team they hate the most is their own team. Fair. W, for sure. It was pretty late, too. I don't know how we all decided to get on that late, but I'm glad we did. At the beginning of my stream, I was so happy, and I was just like, I'm feeling so many feelings. My friends were like, yeah, we'll keep those happy feelings to yourself. They're like, we can't all be happy like you. Drop back to pass. Josh Allen's got time. Throws across the middle. Caught, and that's going to be Gabe Davis for about a 9-yard gain. It'll be 3rd down and 1, 4:20 left to go in the second quarter. But yeah, no, it's. I mean, if you're a Bears fan, you just let it out. You just let it out. And if you're not a fan of the Bears, just let them be happy. Let the Bears fans be happy. It's been a while since you won a playoff game. It's been a long time. It would be like the Jets. If the Jets make the playoffs and they won a playoff game, like, it would be really the same exact time it's been since 2010. So again, like I said, Dolphins fans. Half James Cook is going to, depends on the spot. He's really close. I don't know if he got there. They're going to mark him that he got the first down. So 1st down, 10 for 38. But yeah, like I said, like I said, if one of those teams are the Raiders, if the Raiders won a playoff game, let them be happy. They haven't won in quite some time. Like, the Raiders and Dolphins are a whole lot worse, but like, Jets will be comparable because they haven't won since 2010, and so, like I said, in that way. All right, so from the 38-yard line, under center, going to be 3 tight ends set actually to the left. Going to be a play action pass, and Josh Allen's going to run. It's going to throw on the run, be caught, and that's going to be, is that Dawson Knox? Yes, Dawson Knox. Oh, actually, sorry, Kincaid's back. My bad. The 6 and the 8 look similar. So, up to the 42, no, actually, the 44-yard line. 6-yard gain, 2nd down 4. 2:40 left to go in the second quarter. Probably going to run it here if I had to guess. Just try to take the 2-minute warning. Your 2nd down 4. So, shotgun formation, run back to his left. And going to be a hand of James Cook. He's going to get up to about the 50. I think he's about the 49-yard line. But regardless, it is a 1st down 10, 2:20 left to go in the second quarter. Going to take us all the way down to a 2-minute warning. So it is 10-7. Bills still have the lead. And they're going to be 1st down 10 at a 2-minute warning. So, looking great. Looking great right now. Maybe I should have gone for the Bills. I went for the Jaguars because I was the only team that went for the Panthers. And that one screwed me over, but it didn't screw me up that bad because I'm only 5 away from Luke, and I can easily get that if the 49ers pick goes well. The 49ers pick goes well, and I get the score for the 49ers because he picked the Eagles, then I'll be in tandem. And if I get the score for the Jaguars game, the Jaguars win, then I'll be ahead of Luke. Right now, my focus is trying to beat Luke. And I know he's not technically leading right now. Right now, Grant's going to lead. But also, Grant has chosen a lot more upsets that I don't think is going to happen. So, like, I don't think the Jaguars are going to win. Jaguars. I don't think the Chargers are going to win. And who else did he pick? I think he actually did pick the Bills. Maybe the Bills work, and like I said, Grant has this amazing wild card weekend. He puts himself in a great situation to win, which will be the first time that Grant wins. I think so. I think Luke, you've won twice. Alex won once. I came in second each and every time, and so yeah. So who knows? Maybe. Zoe, I would have zero issues with Raiders fans being happy and excited for their team being until pretty much recently, uh, till they hit Patriots Chiefs dynasty levels. Well, that would be something if Tom Brady takes the Raiders to be um, dynasty. I mean, like literally, like how would Raiders fans feel if like it was Tom Brady that got you to being a dynasty? Like Raiders fans are still upset with Tom because of the Tuck rule because like the run that the Raiders had in like the early 2000s, and then like I said, you had the 2001 was the Tuck rule. 2002, you make it all the way to the Super Bowl against your former team, and then against your former coach, and then he blows you out of the Super Bowl, and you haven't won since. You haven't been back to the playoffs twice since that point, and you haven't won. So again, it's been a while for the Raiders. Been a long time for the Raiders, and the Raiders though they got a while. They like I don't want to say they have like a while until they'll be relevant again because things can happen. But as far as the way the roster is built, like they'll have to hit on the next two drafts to become a playoff team. Because like right now, you can make some moves in free agency that might be able to fix some holes, but like there's a lot of holes on that team. First down 10 from the 49-yard line, shotgun formation with James Cook to his right. Going to be a handoff. James Cook, who's going to get up to about the 50 and down to the 48-yard line, so gain about 3 yards there. Second down 7. Clock will continue to run. 151, 150, 149. Please note, I would prefer them not to achieve dynasty success, but still. Oh, of course. You don't want Fernando Mendoza to be like the next Tom Brady. He'll be cultivated by Tom Brady, so because that would be interesting. I don't think it's going to happen. Like I said, I think Mendoza is going to go first overall, but I'm still concerned. I'm very concerned for his well-being because the Raiders' offensive line is absolute cheats. Drops back to pass, only rushing 4. Throwing down the middle of the field, and that's going to be caught, and that's going to be, is that Khalil Shakir? No, it's Brandon Cooks up to the 22-yard line. First down 10 for the Bills. 113, 112, 111. Like I said, it has 2 timeouts for each team. Yeah, he caught that ball. It was close, though. It's up to the 22-yard line. Now they're going to check it. It's fine. Like I said, it actually works in your favor, Bills, for them to check it. It works in your favor for them to check it, Bills. It stops the clock, and you get to basically call your plays. So it's on a review. I don't mind. Like I said, it's a catch. It's a catch. So now you can just kind of talk about what your play call is going to be. So like I said, it doesn't touch the ground right here. See, like it doesn't touch the ground. Well, actually, maybe it does, but I still think he catches the ball. But yeah, like I said, if it's like the Bucs won a Super Bowl, but they didn't become a dynasty. They just dominated the NFC South that has been bad. So, like I said, you had 2020, they win the Super Bowl. 2021, they make it all the way to the NFC Championship game, but then they lose to the Rams because Todd Bowles' defense. And then Bruce Arians like, well, you know what? Let's make Todd Bowles the head coach. And Tom Brady's like, yeah, sure. And then, like, it's been that way ever since, where the Bucs have won the division, though they didn't win it this year, obviously. And it's been kind of like it's been kind of like mid. It's been like they've been competitive at times, but it's not really been like we think the Buccaneers can actually go far. And all of us other NFC South teams have just been struggling. We're on the struggle bus. So, do I think anytime soon that any of the NFC South teams could be on a dynasty? No, I don't. I don't think it's going to happen. Do I think it can be competitive? Yeah, I think there's a possibility depending on it truly depends on who the Falcons get as head coach. If, big if the Falcons get a good head coach that can make the most of that team, because right now it looks like they're going to keep Ulbrich as their DC. So your defense should still be good, because like I said, it's a very young defense that's going to be growing together in the same system for a second year. If you can get a decent cornerback too, that could help your defense, but not really as imperative as other things. You could probably get that either with your second pick or your third round pick. If you get the right head coach, Falcons could be the Saints. They got a quarterback with Todd Shuck, with the call of return. Okay, so they did call it incomplete. Okay, Todd Shuck looks better. So how will those Saints look like with a lot of people on defense probably retiring, and also the fact of Todd Shuck in his second year? Who knows? From the 49, Josh back to pass 3rd and 7. Josh Allen's going to try to dump it off, but it's going to be short. It's going to be at the line. It's going to be at the field goal range, so that's going to be caught by Dawson Knox. So we can't have Matt Prater try to kick this field goal. We're going to go for what we're going to do. 4th and 4. Very big decision for the Bills. Timeout is called by the Jaguars. Zoe, I would like Mendoza to survive his rookie season, but then again, the Raiders haven't been great at actually building talent around their QBs. So, exactly, like I said, you have a great running back, but you should, that's the reason why, last offseason, I literally was like, oh, the Raiders are going to take Jets right tackle that I love from Missouri. Holy crap, why am I messing up his name right now? Starts with M. What am I thinking? I can't think of his name. Armand Membu. I was like, Armand Membu would be amazing for this Raiders. So I was so gung-ho that they were going to take him, and they did. They ended up taking the popular pick, which was Aston Genty, and I was like, why? So from the 45-yard line, 4th and 4. Gotta hurry up. I'll try and get him to jump off sides. That was it. All right. So we're trying to get him to jump off sides, then we'll try to attempt field goal. But, dude, I was so, if you get Armand Membu, now obviously Armand Membu improved with the Jets offensive line, and it could be because of the offensive line coach for the Jets. So they said now you have your 2 bookend tackles for the future, but you could have had your 2 bookend tackles with Colton Miller being older, but the older veteran that can be helping out Armand Membu, and have your 2 guys in a running back class. You could have gotten another great running back, not at pick 6. And I like Jack Besh, I do, but you could have gone a different direction. And so there's different stuff that you could have done for the Raiders that I'm concerned about the way the roster is built, and specifically for a rookie. Goes out of bounds the 1-yard line. That's an incredible punt. That is an incredible punt. Hit on the side, hit near the sideline, bounce, and then went out of bounds at the 1-yard line. That's a great punt. So Jaguars will be deep. They'll have 1 timeout, 1:05 to go in the second quarter. But yeah, it made no sense why they did it. Besides, we get the special talent, but then you're gonna waste his rookie contract because you have to build the offensive line. Because I like Jackson Powers Johnson, I do. I like Colton Miller, but that's 3 other positions you have to fill in because the other people you have right now is not really working out. So again, it's you gotta do better. You gotta do better. And if you're Tom Brady, you should know that. You knew that you succeeded the most when you had a great offensive line. So why in the world did you decide that you want to take you're a part owner? You could have had some talks with the Bay saying hey, let's focus on offensive line. But I don't know. So they actually mark it at 3-yard line. But anyways, 1st and 10 for 3 for Jacksonville with Bayshaw Tootin to his left. Dropping a pass, getting some pressure, and he's going to try to roll out of it. Going to roll out to his left, going to try to scramble up to the 5, to the 10, up to the 15, up to the 20. Spin moves into a tackle of Shaq Thompson. So we first down 10 for the 20. 52 seconds, 51, 50. Got to hurry up. Um, they should take the points. Yep, they should have taken the points. I think that Derek Carr could have had a much better career if the Raiders hadn't actually built better teams around him. Yes, and they hadn't completely destroyed what they had. If they had not completely destroyed what defense they had with Khalil Mack, or if they had actually made better picks when they traded Khalil Mack, because like you got Josh Jacobs, obviously was great, but like Cleveland Farrell and then also Jonathan Abrams, bust, and who you could have gotten like instead of Cleveland Farrell, you could have gotten Josh Hines Allen, so that would have impacted significantly. And instead of Jonathan Abrams, there was somebody else they could have gotten. There was no safety, so it's like the same exact positions. You could have gotten a better player. But yeah, they totally messed that up. Their locker room was a mess as well. But yeah, just dumb decision making by the Raiders. Like I said, they got in their own way, unfortunately. And then Dobie, he's got a lot more blame put on himself instead of people. Recognize that their organization wasn't exactly the best to begin with Derek Carr. Exactly. A little dump off is going to get about. Allen Jr. gets about like 7 yards on that, maybe 7 or 8 yards on that one. 15 seconds, no timeouts. But yeah, no, like I think that Derek Carr was a good quarterback that didn't really elevate them to where they needed to be, unfortunately. But it's all right. Right after the 25-yard line, empty set, trips to the right. Trevor Lawrence drops back a pass, and he'll set up the pocket. He's going to throw, and that's going to be caught. Holy crap. Go down, go down, go down, go down. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Are they going to snap it enough time? I don't think they did. Were they set? That's the key. There might have been offsides. Trevor Lawrence, like they were offsides, but did the clock hit zeros? Two. They definitely get okay. They definitely didn't get the clock strike by 0-0. But I think they might have gotten the snap off by 0-0, and they were offsides. So let's see here. Yeah, the clock hit zero before they snapped it. The clock hit zero before they snapped it. I don't think that they got the snap off before the clock hit all zeros. But yeah, like I said, I think Derek Carr, the 2016 his leg getting broken definitely hurt, but the mismanaging and all that kind of stuff that happened, that's for sure. Yeah, like I said, the clock hits zero before he snaps it. The clock hits zero before he snaps it. See right here. So zero now snaps it. So the clock hit zero before he snapped it. So it doesn't even matter. You can call whatever you want to, but then it's going to be like reviewed, right? Unless he gets it wrong, which could also happen too. They didn't have a second though. Okay, you got to review this though. You've got to review this because, like I said, like the clock hit zero before he snapped it, so it doesn't matter. The clock ran out. So I know that you can't see it just yet, but it should be keyword. It should be game. It should be half over. Maybe it's not reviewable. Maybe it's not one of those things that's reviewable, but still. So this is Cam Little for a 54-yard field goal attempt. try to tie the game. Again, this is also Brad Allen's crew, so it doesn't make it makes sense for him to get it wrong. Kick is up. The kick is. Did he curve it? He missed it. He missed it. So it doesn't even matter. All right, good. Because like I said, it should not have even been an attempt because he did not get it enough time. So I'm glad that he missed it. I'm not glad he missed it because I don't follow that game little. I'm just saying that that it shouldn't have been attempted because like I said, they shouldn't have had that extra second on the clock. So the worst mysterious ways. Buffalo started with the ball in the second half. But Derek Carr had bad coaching, had talent that got traded away with Amari Cooper, Amari Cooper had drops, but then he also flourished with the Cowboys. And is that because he had, different coaching? Is that because he, had a change of scenery, so maybe got better? Who knows? But like I said, Amari Cooper got better when he left the Raiders. Traded away Khalil Mack, and then with those picks, you didn't do really well with them. And then, like I said, you also had, what was the other one that was a big one that people, trying to get Antonio Brown, that whole entire fiasco, and just, there's a whole bunch of stuff that happened, and, the fact that what's really crazy is when you really think about it. So, in that draft where they had the 3 first-round picks, okay? So, they got they could have gotten Josh Allen, the edge rusher. But they got Josh Jacobs, they got Cleveland Farrell, and they got Jonathan Abrams. Later on in that same exact draft, they got Max Crosby. So again, because you traded away Khalil Mack, you could have had the greatest tandem of young pass rushers with Josh Allen, who eventually becomes Josh Hines Allen, and Max Crosby. Dude, when you really think about how screwed they made, how much they screwed up, the Raiders screwed up. So again, from a roster building perspective, let's just talk about the Raiders. Let's talk about the Raiders in general. So you had Myers, you had Jacoby Myers, very solid wide receiver, great hands. Was he number one? No, but it didn't matter. It did not matter. Oh, I do not like that alternative reality. Yeah, it wouldn't have been great for the AFC West. So again, you thank your lucky stars that the Raiders have been incompetent. But from roster perspective, you have to get a quarterback. We get that. We understand you got to get a quarterback. You have a first overall pick. You can more than likely get Fernando Mendoza. However, you could also trade the first round pick to someone who desperately wants them to accrue more picks and go after the free agency market, because there's going to be some people available. You have the money to be able to spend if you want to, and whoever you get as head coach, whoever you get as potential be able to develop this person, that could be a Malik Willis. That could be somebody who's showing up, get some money free agency, as a stopgap, because you need a stopgap. And you were hoping that Geno Smith was that, and he's not. Unfortunately, Geno Smith is not that. He's been, and it's been really bad. But you need a stopgap for the time being to build up your roster, so that when you do get a rookie QB, you can easily put him in there, and then he'll succeed. That's the thing that I think that if I'm Tom Brady and I know what my journey is, if I'm Tom Brady and I know what my journey is, okay, I got put in the best situation for me. You got put in a situation where the Patriots already had a great offensive line to be able to protect you. Were your weapons necessarily the best? No. But you made do with them. You made do with the great weapons that you had. We had Deion Branch, you had a great run game, that kind of stuff. And you had an amazing defense. You had an outstanding defense. So again, if you are Tom Brady and you're wanting to build a team, why would you go first at trying to get your quarterback? build up your roster. Build up your roster before you just pluck Mendoza and then he might not work out. This thing, I think Mendoza is going to work out in the NFL depending on where he goes. So I'm not saying he's going to work out just yet because, like I said, I got to figure out who could potentially draft him and who are the coaching staffs that he's going to be coached by, because that's just how I do things. Because I think it's ridiculous that people just be like, oh, this person's going to work anywhere he goes. No, no single player is scheme proof. No single player, I don't care how talented that player is scheme proof. Might they work out okay in a certain place? Sure. But are they going to be the exact same player that they're going to be because of, so I've said before with Patrick Mahomes. Would Patrick Mahomes have been the same exact player if he had gotten drafted by the Bears second overall instead of Mr. Trubisky? No, because it's a totally different team, totally different scheme, totally different coaching staff to be able to coach him up that he needed coaching. So again, like I said, I think that's it's one of the things that it makes me not fully upset, but it's one of those things where I'm like, you are simplifying a huge issue because coaching is so important, especially for a young player. So the roster that the Raiders have makes me doubt how good Mendoza can be because, like I said, I think Mendoza has the capabilities to be a good quarterback, be a great facilitator. And I've said it before, people think I'm downing him. No, this is just how I rank QBs. I think he's a great facilitator. Do I think he's as great as C.J. Stroud was coming out? No, because I think C.J. Stroud has a better escapability. And I like C.J. Stroud's more accurate passes compared to Mendoza. And the way Mendoza's offense kind of works. I think that there's going to have to be some tweaks when it comes to NFL. But in a kind of role with, let's just say, for instance, strangely enough, let's say Kevin Stefanski becomes the head coach at the Raiders. Just throw that out there. Kevin Stefanski's kind of offense, Mendoza would do well in. So, the Stefanskis of the world, obviously not going to happen, but the 49ers, the Rams, those kind of offenses where it's very much you being more so a facilitator, you coming alive. Like I said, you see Matthew Stafford, see Brock Purdy. Obviously, like I said, if they need to, they can just play point guard, kind of like what Bryce Young was set up to be. We want to have the same thing with the facilitator. But you have those kind of quarterbacks that can rise to the occasion, can diagnose the defense, and can be able to fit it in in a small hole, in the small windows, because like I said, they believe in their arm and they have a decent arm. Might not have the deep threat, but like I said, being able to dink it up down the field, that's fine. That's how an offense can work, because it's frustrating for defenses. So I think he can work, but the way the roster is right now, I don't feel confident. So I have to wait till what the Raiders do in the offseason, especially in free agency, because you have money to spend, to be able to build this roster. Because if there's some way somehow you're able to improve the offensive line enough, with, let's just say that, so Connor McGovern is a center for the Bills. So we're talking about the Bills right now. It's looking like he could potentially go to free agency. Now, in my opinion, I think that the Texans are going to go full into him, try to get him. So I've been trying to talk with Luke about trying to bump him up. It's you go after Connor McGovern and vastly improve the interior. But let's just say the Raiders get Connor McGovern. Okay, so you get Connor McGovern. Okay, you get Connor McGovern, have him at center, put Jackson Powers Johnson at left guard. That left side is intact and it's looking amazing. You got Colton Miller. You have Jackson Powers Johnson, then you have Connor McGovern. So you have your left side full, your right side you have to worry about, but you might be able to go in either free agency or later in your draft try to fix that offensive line as well and have placeholders right now. We're hoping that your right side of your offensive line develops, because at the same time, not only do you need a great offensive line for your quarterback to be protected, but also to get the best out of your run game. You have a great running back, but your offensive line is trash. So again, if I'm Tom Brady, I'm focusing on that offensive line. Defense, yes, it needs help, obviously. You need a whole lot of help in your defense. I didn't even talk about that yet. But that offensive line needs a whole lot of help to be able to the best possible thing for not only your new quarterback, but also your run game. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen. Zoe, yes, that would be a good way to do it, but I'm not sure how attractive of a destination are the Raiders for free, especially compared to the other teams in the division. Exactly. And that's the other thing, too, is like right now, because Charlotte just made the playoffs, and because Charlotte is because Charlotte is a fun destination, it's a nice city. It's one of the most I think it's like one of the growing cities in the United States, like the fourth most growing in the United States, something like that. Like it's good for people to want to come to Charlotte now that the Panthers are winning, or the perceived is that like good things are on the horizon. Right now, it's not for the Raiders, so that's the other reason why I'm saying like in the theoretical of trying to get free agencies to be able to help out your team. What can you really sell them on other than like, oh, we'll have a rookie QB and you could be part of like the transformation? Sure, but you have not shown anything yet that it's going to work. So based upon legacy, why would Connor McGovern leave Buffalo, who is a smaller market team, he's been there for a long time, who is a playoff contender, leave Buffalo and not go to Houston, who seems to be a playoff contender team with a playoff contender defense that needs to improve that offense. If I'm Connor McGovern, if I go to the Texans and I have asked to improve that offensive line, we look like a juggernaut. Because if we have improved our offensive line with the talent that we have at wide receiver, with the talent we have at quarterback, and who we hope that Woody Morris can improve in his second year, well, I could be able to actually take it to the next level. Why would I want to not go to Houston or either stay in Buffalo, but instead go all the way to Las Vegas across the country? To a team that could probably bottom out and still not even have a winning record in the years that I'm there for my free agency class. Like so that's what I'm saying is like it's going to be a long rebuild for the Raiders because of how absolute horrid their roster is. Because like you got Max Crosby, but on defense it's like who else do you really have? At linebacker, do you have really any difference makers? No. In the secondary, do you have really any difference makers? No, it's like either rookies or it's like veterans that are just like, yeah, not really. So again, it's like there's not really anything that you look at this roster and you're like, oh, yeah, this is going to work out. Which is why, and I don't think it's actually going to happen, but it would be great if it does. If you just go a full rebuild and you trade Max Crosby, because you can get 2 first-round picks for Max Crosby. Same as if you have Michael Parsons, you could absolutely, because Max Crosby also would be cheaper than Michael Parsons. But I speak this also because I want the Panthers, if that scenario, I would want the Panthers to trade. But because, like I said, where we're at right now, pick 19, we're probably not going to get a guy like Max Crosby. But we're definitely not. But like I said, if you want to rebuild your roster quickly, you're going to have to tear it down. Because, like I said, right now Max Crosby's 28. By the time that you could possibly be competing in a stacked AFC West is at the very least 2 years. There is no scenario where the Raiders draft Fernando Mendoza. I keep wanting to say Francisco. Fernando Mendoza. There's no scenario where the Raiders draft Fernando Mendoza, and in his rookie year, the Raiders are competitive for the division or for a playoff spot. I will bet money that's not going to happen. So again, it takes you at least 2 years. So Max Crosby is 30, but hits 30, and won't be as valuable. So again, he's 28 right now. If you trade him now, he has definitely 4 more great years that a team would not mind trading away 2 first-round picks, or maybe more, to get Max Crosby at also a better deal. Because it is definitely a better deal than what Michael Parsons is getting. So again, in my mind, with the way that Max Crosby felt, how you did him wrong, maybe you could trade him and get more, and then be able to actually improve your team. But I don't know. I don't know what they do. Because I don't even know who their head coach is going to be yet, so that's all I can tell. No clue. But we're coming back 10-7. It was returned to the 26-yard line for the Buffalo Bills. 2 times set to the right, under center Josh Allen. Going to be a handoff to James Cook, who gets about 2 yards there. 2nd down and 8. I don't love the graphic behind Jim Nantz and Tony Romo. I don't know. It's like the electricity kind of thing. I don't know. It just doesn't look right. Looks off. I don't know. So I'm gonna give him a yard. So 2nd down 9. Shotgun formation. James Cook to his left. Drops back a pass. And it's going to throw it to the right, and it's going to be incomplete. Try to get it to Shavers, but it's going to be 3rd down 9, 14:09. Let's go to the 3rd quarter. All right, 3rd down 9. Josh Allen going to be in, looks like shotgun. Nope, empty set. Empty set, trips to the right, drops back a pass, bring the blitz, throws a screen to Khalil Shakir up to the 30, and spin moves and gets the 1st down. Gain of 10. Great job there by Khalil Shakir. Absolutely amazing spin move. It has to be 1st down 10 for the Bills. Great block by Dawson Knox and also Ray Davis to kind of spring him forward. But like I said, they're playing off really, really far. And like I said, it's a great play call. Great play call by Joe Brady. Great execution as well. 1st down 10, 3:35, go to 3rd quarter. Shotgun formation. James Cook to his right. Play action pass, and is going to throw across the middle. Caught by Khalil Shakir to the 45-yard line. Khalil Shakir is having an amazing game. I said it before earlier in the first half. Again, 2 straight completions to Khalil Shakir. 2 10-plus receptions by Khalil Shakir. Actually, no, 3 straight. It's been 3 straight. Yeah, because he had the other 1st down. So yeah, Khalil Shakir is having an amazing game. He has 58 receiving yards right now. Under center, 2 tight set. Going to be a play action pass, and he's got some time. Do you want to check it down to James Cook? He's got some. Ooh, he got submarine right there. He got about 4 yards. He got up to the 41, but he got absolutely submarine by Greg Newsome. He's 2nd down 6. I mean, literally, did a headstand. 12-15, 2nd down 6. Shotgun formation with James Cook to his left. Going to be a hand of James Cook, who's got some room. He was going to only get a. Why didn't he go to the right? He had a room. James Cook literally had a room. He just ran right into the defender. So 3rd down 5. That's interesting. All right. Manuel, we all know that rookie QBs tend to be better when they have a good roster around them, but the upside to getting your franchise QB is just tempting for teams. It's too tempting for teams to pass up. I said, I get it. It's just you just put yourself in a interesting spot. Let's just say that. Ooh, excuse me. Shotgun formation. Dropping your pass. And quick throws to be caught. That's going to be Gabe Davis, who's going to get the 1st down. So 1st down 10 for the Buffalo Bills. But it just doesn't make sense. Oh, hello there, Director. How you doing? Bills won't make it. Rocking the Knicks Scorton jersey. Yes, I am. Like I said, I got that as a Christmas present for my mom and stepdad. So I'm rocking that one today. Like I said, I wore the Bryce Young yesterday, wearing this one today, and then I'm probably wearing the Derek Brown one on Monday. So just have a different one on. But Who knows? I mean, I said right now the Bills are kind of controlling this game. So first down took the 35-yard line, shotgun formation. Going to be a play action pass. And got some time. He's going to scramble. He's going to scramble. Is going to get about 2 before he's tackled by Josh Hines Allen. So it'll be second down and 8. Emmanuel, some teams have gone their entire existence without a franchise QB. Front offices just got blinded by the upside, and if they don't go do good, then they get fired. Yeah, so like I said, Spytech has worked with Tom Brady for quite some time. So like obviously, I'm hoping that they're on the same like wavelength. So like maybe Tom is going to give him like some time to kind of build up that roster. But like I'm not too thrilled about his drafts just yet. Going to be a handoff to James Cook, who's going to get up to about the 30-yard line. So gain of there of about 3 yards. So again, it'll be third down and about what does it say? Third down about 5? Third down 5. 9:50. Yeah, the record, maybe the Bills won't make it. Like I said, the Bills might crumple and fall like they have in the past, but who knows? If the Bills do win, then they will be more than likely be playing the Broncos. Like I said, we'll have to believe that the Patriots are going to choke in the wild card round. Maybe. Shotgun formation, third down 5 from the 30-yard line. Sorry, bunch to the right, Ray Davis to the right. That's a Khalil Shakir in motion over to the left, and that should be a false start. Yes, false start on the offense. Third down 10. Dobie, Bears didn't have a franchise QB until 2009, and then after 2016, they didn't have another one until 2024. So I know what you mean. I used to live that. Yeah. Well, yeah, because you couldn't really count Trubisky as one, that's for sure. Though a lot of people wanted him to be. So yeah, because they technically had one with Jim. What's his name? From BYU. He was the '85 Bears. Then he got hurt a bunch of times. Jim McMahon. I can't remember the last name. Try to get to Khalil Shakir. He's going to be short of the first down, up to the 29-yard line. So again, 6. So it'll be fourth down and 4 from the 29-yard line. Probably going to kick a field goal here to make it a 6-point game. I think I had, did I have 31-27? I think I had 31-27 as the final score. So, this still can be possible. Will it happen? Probably not. But I'm looking for a perfect score. But yeah, like I said, I'm just thinking as far as like the way people were talking about the draft prospects, they never took that into consideration. Kick is up, kick is good by Matt Prater, and so it'll be 13-7, 8-12 when we go to the third quarter. It's just one of my pet peeves that I have. Check Jim McMahon. That's what it is, McMahon. Sorry about that. He was okay, but not a franchise QB. Guess that's fair. So he had the one good year carried by Sweetness, but Walter Payton himself. And then yeah, he got I think after that hit, what was that? It was Bears versus Green Bay Packers. I don't know who the Green Bay Packer was, but the way he slammed him after the play had happened, basically that gave Jim concussions. One of his first big concussions. I think that's the reason why he had to retire early, right? Was the concussions. But has it been a good defensive or bad offensive game? Kind of both. Like I said, both offenses have been able to move the ball down the field. Just Jacksonville on fourth down, try to go for it instead of kicking a field goal, and then they unfortunately were short. So they are able to move the ball down the field. And they're able to move the ball down the field, but then they missed the field goal, which they shouldn't even have an attempt on because the clock said 0 before they snapped the ball. So again, should have gotten an attempt to a field goal. But so it's been both. Like the defense has stepped up when it needs to. The Bills field goal. The first field goal came off of a pick because Shaq Thompson did a great job. The defense has done a good job as far as limiting James Cook. But the Bills have been able to move the ball down the field because Khalil Shakir has been finding ways to get open. So I would say it's kind of both as well. Macman is pronounced Macman. That's how it's Jim Macman. Oh, I've been saying it wrong the whole entire time. Oh, but yeah. So I guess that's fair. Like I said, you haven't had a okay. Technically, the Bears. Well, he was more so for the Eagles. But Sid Luckman, wouldn't Sid Luckman also be technically a franchise QB? Because he was with the wasn't he with the Bears and the Eagles, or is that Norm Van Brocklin? I'm trying like the very very old QBs. I'm iffy on if I remember like where they played because some of them like you had Norm Van Brocklin, Sid Luckman, and then George Blanda was the very, very old QBs who were technically like the QBs of like the olden times that like were good, and then you had Otto Graham who had stacked rosters with the Browns, who also did well for the Browns back when Paul Brown was the head coach. What's another one from that time frame as well? Like before the '70s, before the '60s and '70s. Because like obviously '60s, '70s, you got like Bart Starr, you got Joe Namath, all that kind of stuff, Johnny Unitas. But I'm trying to think like the '40s and '50s, with the Bears can be considered that be the franchise QB. But then again, it's like there's no reference point of like, oh yeah, well like their last franchise QB was all the back in the '40s, so again, it probably wouldn't be best. I don't count him. Any footage of him shows him throwing ducks. Yeah, like so that's I guess that's fair. But yeah, that would be the only other thing I could possibly think of being a franchise quarterback for the Bears. But yeah, I mean it's mainly just been like great running backs and great defenses. Sid Luckman was only on the Bears. Okay, so Sid Luckman only on the Bears. So Sid Luckman's on the Bears, and then Norman Van Brocklin was on the maybe Norman Van Brocklin was on the Eagles and the Rams. Maybe I know he was on the Eagles because he set like the single game passing record. From the 35-yard line, drops back a pass and throws to the left side. Caught by Parker Washington. Makes one miss. Makes up to the 45, to about the 49 or 48-yard line. Parker Washington. First down 10 for the Jaguars. 8 minutes left to go third. George Blanda is after Sid Luckman's time. Gotcha. Michael Mitchell. Yapper. I am indeed a yapper. Yes. Like I said, I'm commentating on the game. So yes, I am indeed a yapper. In the 40s, it was Sid Luckman and Sammy Baugh from Washington football team. Yes, Sammy Baugh. Because didn't Sammy Baugh, like his backup, is the one that was the longtime like commentator for the Washington when they were the Redskins? I think I'm gonna be wrong on that one. First down 10 will be pitched out to Trevor Etienne. Travis Etienne up to the 50, up to the 45, up to the 40, up to the 35, and down to the 30, all the way down to the 27-yard line. First down 10 for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So 13-7 for the Jacksonville Jaguars are driving them down the field. A 7:20 to go in the third quarter. Norman Van Brocklin was on the Rams. Yes. Okay. All right. So that is right. So he was on the Rams. But I don't know. I said the old ones are like I'm iffy on those. I'm iffy on trying to remember those. There's also Fred Tarkenton of the Vikings. Yeah, so that was more. I was thinking like before the '60s and '70s because Fred Tarkenton was on those Vikings teams that made the Super Bowl but then couldn't win them. From the 26-yard line. Drops back a pass, and Trevor Lawrence is going to throw it to the right, and broken up by Tre'Davious White. Try to get to Brendan Strange. Second down and 10, 6:44. Let's go in the third quarter. Yapper criminal offense? Really? All right. I mean, like I said, I'm commentating on the game, so. Second down 10 from the 26-yard line. $6:44 left to go in third. 13-7. Trevor Lawrence going to be in shotgun formation. Actually, no, it's going to be empty set. Bunch to the left. Now going to see Jacoby Myers in the motion up to the left. And, of course, we got Bufford. Going to be a keeper for the QB. He gets, like, basically back to the line of scrimmage, be third down 10. My mom remembers watching him play with my grandfather. Really? Okay. Talking about Fran Tarkenton? Yeah. I mean, because he played. Fran started at the Giants, and then he went to the Vikings, and then I think he retired for a little bit. Then he came back, and he was so good. But yeah, like I said, Fran played for quite some time. That's for sure. Who is your dream pick for the Panthers to take in the first round? Sonny Styles. I went linebacker because I know the edge rushers that I desperately want are not going to get down to 19. Shotgun formation with Bayshaw Tootin to his left. From the 5.5 yard lines, third down 10. Drops back a pass, only rushing 3. The rush across the middle, and that's going to be great coverage there by Tre'Davious White. Almost got some pick, but he knocked the ball away from Britton Strange. Be 4th down 10, and I said Packers. Jaguars got to go for a field goal. But almost a TD. But great job there by Tre'Davious White. Yeah, my dream pick is Sonny Styles because we'll get Trevin Wallace back because like I said he's our middle linebacker who had a shoulder surgery. But I'm hoping that we get like a great linebacker kind of paired with him. Cam Little's kick is up and good, so it is going to be 13-10, 5:47. Let's go in the third quarter. Him or if somehow, some way, again, this would not be at pick 19, this would be a trade up. But I said it before. If somehow, some way, Caleb Downs has a drop like what Kyle Hamilton did, if Caleb Downs is outside the top 10, I am trading up to try to get Caleb Downs because I want Caleb Downs to be paired with Trayvon Merritt because that would be amazing for the Panthers. But right now, it's Sonny Styles. Because like I said, he is free range kind of linebacker that we can basically replace him with what we have with Christian Brosboom. Because though Christian Brosboom has done some good, especially in the run defense, he's been absolutely garbage at coverage. And so I want to have some better linebackers. We can bring back Christian Brosboom, but still draft Sonny Styles. And Sonny Styles be the starter, and Christian Brosboom can be like the backup to both Trevor Wallace and also Sonny Styles. But we need better linebacker play. We need better safety play outside of Trayvon Merritt because Nick Scott's not really – he's been fine, but we need to do better. And then we need to get edge rusher, which, obviously I would like to take that first-round pick, but the people that I really want are not going to be there at 19. That's the only thing I have a problem for. Let's see here. Where was that? Dobie. Yes, Norman Van Brocklin played in the 50s and early 60s, and then Fran Tarkin was the 60s, 70s with the Minnesota Vikings. He traded to the Giants, then traded back to the Minnesota Vikings. Okay, so I had that one wrong. Okay, not sure about the Washington backup in the 40s. He was actually on the Vikings from that their inaugural season in 1961 up to the 1965. They got traded to the Giants before the 1966 season, and after they lost their first Super Bowl in 1970 is when they traded back for him. Okay, so that's the timeline. Okay, that makes more sense. So I knew he was for the Giants for a little bit. So mid to late 60s. So so after the first Super Bowl. Emmanuel. Wow, I can't believe the Falcons will get Sonny Styles. I didn't think linebacker was a huge need, but I guess the defense is always welcome. No, you're not going to get Sonny Styles because remember, you don't have your first-round pick there, Emmanuel. That sucks to not have your first-round pick. No, but what is going to happen is Sonny Styles is going to be picked by the Buccaneers. That's what's going to happen. My two big nightmares are going to happen on draft night. The Saints are going to take Keldrick Falk to replace Cam Jordan. And then Sonny Styles is going to go to the Buccaneers. That's what's going to happen. I've already gone through that scenario in my head that's going to happen. So, yeah. Return to a 31-yard line, first down 10. That's going to happen, and then what's the other one that I said that was going to break my heart if it happens on draft night? The Falcons are either going to take either Chaz Surratt or Jeremy Bernard because I like both of them, and of course we don't really need them, but the people that I really like, I grow to like them in the draft. They're unfortunately going to go to my division rivals. That's just going to happen. So, 5:41, 5:41. Let's go in the third quarter. 13-10. Under center from the 31-yard line with James Cook in the backfield. Hasn't been as impactful, but going to give him a handoff here. Who's going to get to about the 32-yard line, maybe 2 yards there. Second down 8. Let's see here. Emmanuel. If I knew JPJ would be this good, I'd trade 2 first-round picks. Okay, now, man, you're going a little bit too far there. I have a pass rush, and you don't. I know. Hopefully we change that this offseason. You do, in fact, have a first-round pick. Well, you don't have a first-round pick. You do, in fact, have a pass rush. But, like I said, hopefully we'll fix that in the offseason. Second down 8 from the 33. Shotgun formation with Ray Davis to his right. Draws back to pass and gets some pressure. Is going to not be sacked, and he is sacked back at the 20-yard line by none other than Josh Hines Allen. So it'll be third down and long with 4:45 to go in the third quarter. Still 13-10, but a little bit harder for the Bills to get down the field. Goodness gracious, I got tongue-tied right there. The Bucks might also just draft another amazing receiver that fills in character for me for some reason. They're going defense in the first round pick, and I think they're going to go linebacker. That's just my thought process because it's like Todd Bowles probably like, well, my defense works if my linebackers work well, and unfortunately, it's not working well for us. So if we just get a better linebacker, then my defense will work. That's the only way I can think that possible that they're keeping him for some other reason. But, man, it was second in the league. In fact, only the Broncos is better. Yeah, I know it's kind of crazy how you finally invest in your pass rush. Panthers have two young ones as well, but they have not produced just yet. Hopefully, Nick Scorton can develop in a second year. 4:20, 4th and 20, not 4:20. Punt is underway, and it is a bad one. Looks like they're going to be first down to like 36, no, 38-ish yard line. So not a great punt. Jaguars take over. I love bragging about my pass rush like a parent of a troubled kid that managed to turn it around. Yeah, you're just like I know normally he doesn't do well, but he's doing well now. It's been a while, we went through a little makeover. We went to go see somebody. We did a little work, improvement shows right now, but hopefully we can keep it up. Yeah, that's literally what it sounds like. You're sounding like you're like, I'm not gonna give an example, obviously, but you sound like little Jimmy over here. Just he just hasn't been right for the last 6 or 7 years, but at the same time, he put in the work, and then now he's showing some improvement, and now he's terrorizing the rest of the league. But it's like a flip. It's like they used to be bullied, and now they're the bully. Dobie, I think Minnesota's first quarterback in the Super Bowl was Joe Camp, which I think he went on to serve in either the House of Representatives or the Senate. That sounds right. That sounds like something that would happen. I mean, heck, I'm talking about this, and I'm in Alabama, and we have a former head coach, one of the former head coach of my team, as maybe the next governor. Who knows? We don't know just yet. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm scared of Nick Scorton. He has big potential when he's not getting constantly getting doubled. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the reason why I wanted his jersey. I asked for I was like, okay, Mom. I was like, here's like who you could get, and it was like Nick Scorton, J.C. Horn, or Trayvon Merrick. But I really wanted either like Nick Scorton or J.C. Horn. Like I said, DHgate, it's cheaper. Yes, technically it's off-brand. I don't care. It looks good. And it's only like I think it's like $40, like $50 compared to like spending like over $100 for the jersey. But he's only 20 years old. That's the thing. He's still like I think just turned 21, but still he's like a young dude. Like he has so much potential if he just get a good running back. Like legitimately, like there's possibility that if we don't somehow, some way, like the Max Crosby thing just gets settled and it's not going to be traded. I'm hoping that we can sign Trey Hendrickson and have Trey Hendrickson paired with Nick Scorton. Because I think Dan Morgan's going to try to fix that pass rush for sure. Under center, from a 38-yard line, that's a tight end in motion over to the left. Going to be a handoff that's going to be to Etienne up to 40 and tackled by, looks like Williams. Yep. Going to be gained of about either 4 or 5. Second down. Yeah, I want Nick Scorton to be good. I really want to be good so bad. Because he was one of my draft crushes. I was glad that we got him in the second round. I thought he was a first-round pick. Surprised he wasn't in the first round. But I just believe in him so much. Shotgun formation. Etienne to his left. That's a Parker Washington in motion to the right. Hand off to Etienne, who's going to be wrestled down for a no gain. It's 3rd down and 5. A little bit pushing and shoving is going on. Zoe, Joe Camp, the Vikings quarterback, also played at the Grey Cup and the Rose Bowl, if I recall correctly. And I think he was one of the first Hispanic QBs in the league. Huh, interesting. So he played in the Rose Bowl and the Grey Cup. So the Grey Cup is Canada League, right? Yeah, Canadian Football League. I wonder where he went to school for the Rose Bowl. Would have been like either a Pac-12 or a Pac-10 back then, the Big Ten League. On 3rd down 5, throws, that's to be caught, and that's going to be Brian Thomas Jr. for the first down. Gain of about like 15, 16 yards. First down 10 for the Jaguars. 2:33 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Still 13-10 with the Bills up, but the Jaguars are driving. Emmanuel, I bet my first round pick that you wouldn't get Hendrickson, but you had to take it up with the Rams. Yeah. I mean, the how about this? We gave the Rams a win, okay? So, you can just keep on, living your playoff dream, and we get Trey Hendrickson. How about that? How's that sound? Okay, Rams, we let you win, okay? We could have won. We decided, we don't want to embarrass you in front of a live TV audience. So, instead, we let you win. And by the grace of making a deal, we get Trey Hendrickson. That's my headcanon. That's how my headcanon goes. From 35-yard line under center for 2nd down 7 after that 3-yard gain. Going to be a toss to Etienne. He's going to try the right side. Is going to get up to 30. So gain about 5 yards there. 3rd down and 2 for the Jaguars. 1:25 to go to the 3rd quarter. Let's see if maybe the Bills going to stop here. Have to settle for a field goal. I hope they don't, though. I hope the Jaguars do score here. Because it'll make my agenda work. I want to have the perfect score so I get more points for the pick'ems. Rushing today, right now, is 140 for the Jaguars. So, going to be a flash and pass, immediate pressure, throws down the field, caught, and that is going to be, is that Parker Washington? Yes, it is. All the way up to the 16-yard line, first down 10 for Jacksonville. 35 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Emmanuel, I was worried that the Rams would trade up with the Saints for a quarterback, therefore helping the Saints, but I don't think it's going to happen anymore. Yeah, I don't think so either. Zoe didn't know this, but apparently Joe Camp was also born in New Mexico. Oh, look at her. So New Mexico is really cool. We don't produce many pro football players. There was somebody else from New Mexico. Was Brian Urlacher just went to New Mexico, or is he from there too? Going to be a flash and pass, throws to Parker Washington up to the 15, up to about the 11-yard line. It's going to be about 5-yard gain, 2nd down 5, going into the 4th quarter. Still 13-10. Isn't that right? Didn't Brian Urlacher go to New Mexico? Or am I wrong with that one? I think he did. Let me check and make sure. For some odd reason, it makes me think that he went to New Mexico. Brian Urlacher. The only reason I think about that is because the Bears last night. Let's see here. No. He did go to New Mexico, but he wasn't from New Mexico. Okay. Gotcha. So I was half right. He did go. So I was right. He did go to New Mexico, but he's not from there. Yeah, wasn't born. Okay. So like I said, that I was close. I wonder who else that would have been who's from New Mexico. But, so it's 13-10. Very defensive-minded kind of game, but both offenses are moving the ball down the field, just have kind of missed some of the opportunities. Like I said, we do have a missed field goal by the Jacksonville Jaguars, which wouldn't tie the ball game if they hadn't missed it. But they are driving down the field. It'll be 2nd down 5. I'm hoping they score a touchdown because, like I said, I want my score prediction to be correct. Diego Pavia went to he went to New Mexico State, right? I don't think he's from there, though. Yeah, I think there's a possibility that Pavia gets drafted, but it would be like a 6th round pick. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just stating the facts. Pavia's character gets called into question because of what he did at the Heisman thing, and you already were going to be maybe, possibly drafted in like the 4th, but now your draft stock's been tanked so hard because of the fact of like your behavior. So again, if you're Pavia, you are a smaller quarterback who can make things happen, can like move around, has like a decent arm, that kind of stuff. But at the same time, like, how much more improved can you be? You don't fit into a lot of people's schemes, so there's going to be a lot of people who just take you off the draft board entirely. And the other people who might want to draft you are going to see you as like a backup. And are you willing to be a backup? What else? Uh, Darrell Harris went to New Mexico State and played for the Dolphins. Okay, that's the right. Is it Darrell or is it Darrell? It looks like Darrell, but it could be Darrell. All right, so second down 6. So it was only a 4-yard gain. Second down 6. Shotgun formation with Bayshaw to his right. Drops back a pass. Throws. Let's be caught, and that's going to be Parker Washington to 10. And it's going to be really close. I think it's going to be just short. Looks like going to 3rd down and 1. So 3rd down and 1 for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah, he is short. Under center. Bayshaw 2 in the backfield. More like going to be like a QB power, if I guess, a QB sneak. Trying to get him to jump off sides right now. Yeah, QB power. Trevor Lawrence gets it. So gains that 1 yard they need. First down 10 at the 5.5 yard line. 14 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Shotgun formation, running back to his right, trips to the left, and going to be a keeper, and he's going to be corralled basically by the line of scrimmage. Be second to goal once again for the Jaguars from about the 5.5, maybe the 6 yard line. Might have lost a little bit. They're like Muriel. Oh, Duriel? Duriel. Like Muriel. Oh, okay. Duriel. Duriel's interesting, man. 13:05. Let's go to the 4th quarter. Second goal. Drops back the pass, only rushing 4, and he's got some time. Throws for the end zone, and it's going to be caught by Parker Washington. Benefit on the coverage, and the Jacksonville Jaguars take the lead. So there's someone down on the ground. I can't tell who's down on the ground. They're showing somebody on the ground. I don't know who it is, though. But 16-13, extra point makes it a 4-point game. I'm guessing it's an offensive lineman. I can't tell who it is. Oh, it might be Antoine Harrison. I think it's Antoine Harrison. He's like his knee. Something happened with his knee. It's 12:55 to go in the 4th quarter, but they're going to go commercial break because of the fact of the injury timeout. Hopefully, it's nothing too terrible. Like he was down on the ground, like not like writhing in pain kind of thing, but like he was like on his side, like trying to like hold the knee. So obviously, like I said, it's probably going to take him out of the game. So who's the backup right? I don't know the backup right tackle for the Jacksonville Jaguars, but that can be a problem for Jacksonville later on. So the seventh, obviously assume that Cam Will makes it. So it'll be 17-13. Trying to remember the other scores for the Bills Jacksonville game. So I'm going to need both teams to score 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, outside of the one that Jacksonville just did. So maybe not, but there's a possibility that could happen. Who knows? Zoe, my mom went to school with him. They had our classes together. He apparently is extremely nice and overly great dude. Good, good. Like I said, it's one of those things that's like, there are great stories about athletes and there's bad stories about athletes. You could have that kind of story, or you could have the horrors of George Pickens in high school. I will not tell you about George Pickens in high school. You can look it up, but I'm pretty sure he went to Hoover, if I remember correctly. And what George Pickens supposedly did to other kids, borderline psychotic. Let's just put that way. There's a reason why after he committed to Georgia, I was like, dang it. And then I found out about who he was, the kind of player that he was, or the kind of person he was. I was like, I think I'm good. Manuel, do you think Matt LaFleur stays in Green Bay? What could he be done to fix their issues? So I don't think he gets fired. He's going into a contract year, so I think he has one more year on his contract. So obviously, if Green Bay does not go deep into the playoffs next year, where you have Michael Parsons healthy, hopefully, so I think it's the reason why they don't fire Matt LaFleur, because at the same time, your star player went down, you're having a lot of injuries. That's kind of like, unfortunate for you. Kick is up, kick is good, so it's going to be 17-13. So if you're the GM at policy, you're just now getting into like your reign. If LaFleur has a deep playoff run that takes you to the NFC Championship game, which should be your goal because you have the talent to do so next year, then Matt LaFleur obviously is going to get a big contract because, like I said, he's going to have an absolutely massive, like I said, contract extension. My only problem is this. For Matt LaFleur, is Jeff Hafley going to stay? Because if Jeff Hafley goes, let's say that Jeff Hafley goes to, are you going to bring another defensive coordinator that's going to be able to capitalize on the defense that you have? Are you going to be able to get a shutdown corner in the first round? Well, you can't because you don't have your first round pick. So now, like I said, everything goes through Michael Parsons. Now you got to hope that, okay, your GM is it going to be able to build up your roster enough to be able to give you the depth that you desperately need, be able to give you the team you desperately need, like when you go to playoff time, that hopefully, if you do have injuries, it's not going to devastate your team. That's what happened this year. So some of it has to do with injuries, some of it has to do with just the play calling execution that happened in the second half where you got way too comfortable and you tried to play not to lose. And so that's what really led to them losing that game. It's just like the execution, but also just like, kind of just not wanting to run the ball, not wanting to do like the stuff that's been able to help you the whole entire time. James Cook goes up to about the 41-yard line, gained about 6 yards there. It's going to be second down and 4. So again, like I said, I don't think Matt LaFleur is going to get fired this year, but if next year does not do well, then the Packers will be one of the best jobs available for any head coach. But you don't want to fire your team. You want to fire your head coach now when you already have like 8 other availabilities for other people. So they're showing right now the number one rusher for the number one rush defense not really being that good. Under center from the 41, going to send Coleman into motion up to the left. Play action pass. Josh Allen just going to throw this one away. So third down and 4. Zoe, they almost dated, and I think Harris is still top 10 career receiving yards in Dolphins franchise history, if I remember right. Okay, nice. Wait, Zoe, you mentioned that before, didn't you? Because we talked about yes, yes, we were talking about we're talking about Dolphins. You talked about the Dolphins player, yes. Okay, so that was the dude you talked about before. Because you talked, yes, okay. I think I remember. We did talk about that before. Third down and 4, 12:09 to go in the fourth quarter. Shotgun formation, run back to the right, trips to the left. Now I send Kincaid in motion. I motion back over to the left. Drops back a pass. Quick throws to Kincaid. First down up to the 48-yard line. 12:05 to go in the fourth quarter. Manuel. My friend has a cousin in the NFL, and he was like a late round pick and ended up being on the Titans practice squad as a special teamer, wide receiver. He said he's met him, had dinner with him over the summer, and he's relatively in contact with him. Nice guy, apparently. Good, good. Yeah, I've met some NFL players as well. Like I said, I mentioned before, Terrell Owens is from Alexander City, and the grade below me was his nephew, so I've met Terrell Owens a couple different times. Hands are absolutely massive. Throw deep, throw down the field, and Dawson knocks amazing grab. First down tip for the Bills. That's a wild thing. Talking about Terrell Owens, then just Josh Allen. But yes, absolutely, just he was cool dude overall for Terrell Owens. But like I said, the stuff off the field kind of stuff. But like he was a decent dude. They don't talk to him. Yeah, it's really cool, Emmanuel. So I think I don't know, 28 or 27. I think it's like the 27-yard line. First down 10 for the Bills. I don't for 28. Shotgun formation. James Cook to the left. Drops back a pass and got some time. Throws across the middle. Dropped by Gabe Davis. Second down 10. But so I met Terrell Owens, and then not only did I play with the nephew of Terrell Owens, but also played with the nephew of Ben Grubbs, who also a former Auburn player, but played with the nephew of Ben Grubbs, who was a longtime Saints guard, with like those 2009 to like something like I think actually Ben Grubbs came in after the 2009 Saints, but like played for the Saints with him and Jari Evans. And now Gabe Davis is going off the field being basically carried off. Yeah, his knee got absolutely messed up by both those defenders. Second down 10, 10:41 left in the fourth quarter. And then I also played against some NFL players, but like no like star players, like still players. Just the people who play in Alabama. Second down 10, 10:41 left in the fourth, 17-13. Josh Allen empty set right now. Gotta hurry up. Drops like a pass and throws will be caught, and that's going to be Coleman. He gets up by the 24, 25-yard line. Going to be gained about 4 yards. It's going to be third down and 6. So, sorry, no, it's Khalil Shakir. My bad. I saw the 0, didn't see the 1. I do think this is 2-down territory for the Bills, if I do say so myself. So down by 4. So third down 6. Khalil Shakir is 9 for 9, 67 yards. So had a pretty decent day. Shotgun formation, sends Khalil Shakir in motion. Drops back a pass. Rushing 4. Steps in the pocket, he's going to run. He's going to 20, and he slides, but he might have slid too quickly. Depends on spot. They're going to say he got a first down. Very close on that one. My bad. I forgot to mention that before. Oh, no. That was thrown, or they're going to do a review. Let's see here. Yep, challenge flag. That's smart. That's smart by Jacksonville because I think he might have been short. It depends on when he started to slide. So Jacksonville challenges the call. I do believe he might have been short by the time he started to slide. Yeah. Yeah, I think he's short. I think Buffalo's short. Josh should have just powered through. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. It shouldn't take that long of a TV timeout, though. Keyword is should. No, keyword is shouldn't. Sorry, I just realized I messed that up. Well, I say that and it's been a long commercial break, though. Yeah, I don't think that my score is going to happen. Unless, like I said, if the Bills score a touchdown, then there's still a possibility that the Jaguars can score two and the Bills can score one. But I don't think that I'm going to get the points, unfortunately. It is what it is, though. Zoe, I think Harris would probably be better remembered if his career didn't fall exactly in the middle between 1972 and the Dan Marino years. Because, like I said, yeah, because like you had the Mark brothers more so with Dan Marino, so yeah, he would have been replaced after that, and then there's nothing really like sticking out that much. Cause you had 71, 72, and 73 were all three back-to-back years where the Dolphins were pretty good. So 4th and 1 here. Gotta be a little tush push. Trying to get a jump off sides right now. And Josh Allen easily gets it. I mean, he's getting like 3 yards right there. Holy crap. I mean, double trouble, absolutely buried. Who are they buried? They buried somebody, but two offensive linemen absolutely buried a defensive lineman. But yeah, no, he easily got that one. Bob Greasy and Earl Morrill, yeah, like those are the two QBs that you had in those years. But I'm trying to think like how the Dolphins did in like the late '70s. I can't think of anything past '73. Shotgun formation. James Cook to his left, drops back a pass, fakes this throws, and that's be caught, and that's gonna be a touchdown to Dalton Kincaid. And the Bills take the lead. Dalton Kincaid's kind of limp, but we got a lead for the Bills. 19-17. Extra point makes it a 3-point game with 8:56 left to go in the fourth quarter. Ooh, excuse me. Goodness. Emmanuel. Not Emmanuel, sorry, Dobie. Fun fact about the 1972 Dolphins, they are the only number one seed in the NFL history to win Super Bowl while playing the entire postseason on the road. Really? So, kick is up, kick is good. 2017. Why? Because he was not determined by your record until 1974. Huh. So, if they were the number one seed, then why did they play the entire on the road? Oh, so it must have been some weird thing with the division then, right? Is that what it is? Because I do know, like, also the Dolphins had like a really, really bad um, strength of schedule. Like, it wasn't like a very hard schedule, which is one of the things that people talk about with the 72 Dolphins of you didn't play the hardest teams. So why in the world were they on the road the whole entire time? Yeah, that is interesting. The fact. So okay. So actually, let's look. Since we're at commercial break, let's look this up at the 72 Dolphins. So you'll be able to see it too because I'll be posting after. So let's do Wikipedia. Let's do Wikipedia. So let's see here. Go to the season. There we go. All right. So
One out of the games, obviously 14-0 regular season. And then at Kansas City. Oh, so they even started the season against Kansas City, and they had to go to Kansas City in the first round in the divisional. So why? So let's look. So Kansas City. Kansas City's record, and why do they host? Because they're second in AFC West, so why would they host a playoff game? Why in the world would they host a playoff game? That makes no That makes no sense. Why in the world would they host a playoff game? Everything was predetermined going into playoffs based on divisions. They would flip flop every division every year to who got the home game in the first round of the division playoffs. What? That's crazy. That's kind of crazy. I think it's bad now, but shoot, people would be claiming. I understand why they changed that now. That's ridiculous.
Because the Kansas City Chiefs were 8-6, hosting the undefeated team. I would be pissed off. No, I shouldn't say that. I would be ticked off if that was me. If I was an undefeated team that I had to go to Kansas City, yeah, they're taking Gabe Davis to the locker room. His knee is messed up. Like I said, we got hit by those three guys. Like literally, like I think they like all collided into his leg. So after their return to the 23-yard line under center, gonna be a play action pass, and has got some time. Takes a shot down the field, incomplete because he got hit as he threw. Second down 10. I wish I got to hear more of Matt Ryan commentating when he was at CBS, but I never got the games he was doing. But my president of football is already making big money moves. What moves he made so far? I haven't kept that much with what he's moved. I mean, obviously, like I said, you're cleaning house, so that's definitely helpful. But who you could be getting is interesting too. Shotgun formation with ETN to his left. Gonna send Myers in motion up to the right. Drops back to pass. Rushing 5. And dumps it off to ETN up to the 30 to the 35. Up to about the 37. Almost broke away for a deep run. But it's be first down 10 for Jacksonville Jaguars. Only four teams went to the playoffs. So whoever hosted the Wildcard team always got a home game. And the other game would always flip-flop between the number 1 and number 2 seed. Then why is it? That makes that's just odd. That's just very odd. I would hate that. Yeah, I would definitely hate that if that was the case. Under center, gonna send Parker Washington in motion. Gonna be handed to ETN. He's gonna try, but only gets about 2 yards there. Second down 8. Emmanuel, he was on air today for I think his final broadcast. He was on his phone. I hope doing front office things. Yeah, I was probably texting like, "Hey, Kubiak, I know you're off this week. Do you want to come? Just try maybe come to a head coach of the Falcons. We really would like you. We got Ulbrich as your DC, so you don't have to worry about your defense. The defense will be good. Just need you to man this offense." Is what he's probably texting right now. Shotgun formation. Looks like Bayshaw Tootin to his left from 39. Drops back a pass, bringing the blitz, throws, bad at the line, third down and 8 from the 39-yard line for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Very nice. You think he will keep his job with CBS while he's with the Falcons? Probably not, but he could. Actually, okay, so if Tom Brady is a minority owner and he still works for Fox, there are certain things he can and cannot do. So it depends. I don't. If Tom Brady's able to do his job, then I would assume that Matt Ryan would be able to do his job, but I'm not sure. Third down 8, drops back to pass, and got plenty of time. Rolls it to his right. He's getting pressure now. Throws across his body. Going to be a pass interference. It'll be a first down 10 for the Jacksonville Jaguars. If it was an incomplete pass. Zoe, that's an interesting playoff setup. Exactly. I said I don't like that. I would hate that so much. If it was like predetermined, like, oh, it doesn't even matter what I do this season. I've already like, I don't even like. What I already know that this division is going to be hosting the playoff game. This team, the second, because like the Kansas City Chiefs were second in the division. It wasn't even like they won division. They were second in the division to the Oakland Raiders. So again, like so they didn't even win the division. Dobie, the undefeated season is the reason why seeding got created in the first place. Oh, okay. Well, good. I guess good for Miami Dolphins for fixing a problem that definitely was a problem. First down 10 because of pass interference up to the 43.5 yard line. Play action pass and Trevor Lawrence throws off his back foot. Unfortunately, incomplete pass. Try to get to Patrick, but unfortunately, it's a little bit too short. I don't know why I was blanking on that. Why are they showing like it's not a legal hit? And I don't think you can really call that pass interference. Like it's a bad thrown ball. So second down 10. Got to hurry up. Got to snap and gets some pressure. Throws deep down the field, wide open. Not really wide open, but like in between the two defenders. Parker Washington, first down 10 for the Jacksonville Jaguars once again. He's come alive in the second half. He really had a great season too. Like the Parker Washington from Penn State, I believe. Yeah. So I remember liking him because he was one of those that the bootleg podcaster that talked about either Brett himself or the bootleg that talked about Parker Washington, and I kind of like his route running ability. So far, 7 receptions, 107 for a touchdown for Parker Washington. Shotgun formation, drops me to pass, and actually going to be a handoff to Parker Washington, who's trying to get the edge. Got him to 25. It's about the 21-yard line, so 4-yard gain, second down 6. 6-11, let's go to the fourth quarter. Still 20-17, but the Jaguars are going down the field second and 5. From a 20.5 yard line, under center, ETN in the backfield. Going to be a hand to ETN. He's going to try the left side. He's going to bounce it outside. Get to about the 16. Will be short. Be third down and 1 for Jacksonville. 5:25 left to go in the fourth quarter. Dobie, apparently it was not an issue until then because probably the top 2 seeds would either be close in record or would have the same record. Go on them to fix the problem that would need to be fixed as they would have to add more playoff spots down the line. Yeah. I get that like it's also probably like a handshake agreement, just like, well, you know, the other division will host and it'll be fine. And we'll have to really depend on tiebreakers. Wildcat formation, kind of a bad snap, but still ET gets the first down, gains 2 yards there. So also Tre'Davious White and Trevor Lawrence is blocking on down the field. That's kind of funny to see. Yeah, I mean, bad second. Trevor Lawrence like, I got you. Under center, 18 in the backfield, first down 10. Probably a run right here, if I had to guess. No flash pass, and going to dump it off ETN up to the 10, up to the 5, and in for the score. ETN with the touchdown to bring Jacksonville back on top. 23-20, extra point makes it a 4-point game, and we have about 4 minutes left to go in this game. Jacksonville, like I said, this has been a good game. It's been like in the first half, it was more so like defenses finding ways to stop, so the offenses were able to move down the field. But now we're having back and forth. Hopefully, Bill score a touchdown, and then the Jacksonville scores a touchdown, and then I get the perfect score. Hopefully, that happens. That's the hope is that I can finally win this pick'ems because I've been getting second every single daggone time, and I want to finally win. It'll be nice. It'll be nice. Wouldn't it be nice if we were funny? Oh, why is it the Beach Boys? That's a weird poll. So what time it is? All right, so it's 3:47. The next game doesn't start until like 4:30. So like 45 minutes. Probably didn't start till like it probably won't start for another hour too, because it probably won't actually start till like 4:45, maybe. I'm trying to think of like timing wise how much time I'll have after this game. But anyways, so Jacksonville's up on top by 4. So Bill's got to drive another field, score a touchdown, and we got 4 minutes. Still commercial break. All right. We're showing divisional game Saturday, Sunday. Really? On Sunday it'll start at 6:30? The night game will start at 6:30? I ain't complaining. Because then I can get to go to bed early on MLK weekend. That's why I was surprised at the fact that it was a earlier game because it's like it's MLK weekend, so most people well, not most people, but a good chunk of people will be off because like a government holiday. Kick is away, and it's going to be returned up to the 3 yard line, up to the 10 to the 15, 20, up to 25 to 30, and all the way down to about the 34 yard line. Great job there by Ray Davis. First down 10, 3:58 let's go to the fourth quarter. All 3 timeouts for each team. So, right now, let's see here. Trevor Lawrence, 220, 23 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he's like 23 for 30. So, great job by each team so far. Josh Allen, empty set from the 34. Goes in Dunk and Cade in motion. Draws back a pass. Throws quickly. That's going to be caught, and that's going to be about a 9-yard gain. This is going to be Khalil Shakir, who's had an amazing game so far. That's his 10th catch for about 76 yards. Actually, 75. As I said, an 8-yard gain. Second down 2, 3:25 left to go in fourth. Under center, James Cook in the backfield. Going to be James Cook who's going to try to hit the hole. He's going to be short. It'll be 3rd and 1 for Buffalo. Josh Allen, our center. And it's going to be 4th and inches. It's going to be 4th and inches. See, Emmanuel. Wait, what game is on MLK Day? There's nothing on. I know the Natty's on that day, but it doesn't start at 6:30. Never mind, I forgot you're an hour behind me. Yeah, like I said, we have, well, I'm on Eastern time. So I used to be an hour behind you. But we've got MLK weekend is college football playoff games. That's the reason why I was confused as to why um, it was such an earlier game. 2:42 left on the fourth quarter. I think they were reviewing to see if it's a first down or not. First down. So it is indeed a first down. All right, so 2:42. Clock is stopped. Now it's starting back again. Empty set from the 44. Trips to the right. Deep ball. Holy crap. All the way up to the 20-yard line. That's Brandon Cooks. And that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Right now it's 2:15. Off his back foot. Somehow busted coverage. And Cooks is able to get back there. I don't know how that happened. So we hit a 2-minute warning. Down by 4. All 3 timeouts for each team, though. Key is this, that obviously in my mind I want it to be, 31-27. But strategically, the Bills also know that Cam Little can hit from very deep. So, what's up there, Parker? How you doing? So, if you're the Bills, obviously you want to try to drain this clock as much as possible because with the Jacksonville Jaguars have all 3 timeouts. If they're able to get a field goal range, they could be able to tie up the game to make it 27-27. You would have to get a touchdown, extra point, and make it a 3-point game. And then all they would need to do is get a field goal to go into overtime. So again, very interesting for the Bills. Like I said, it will be past 2-minute warning when we come back, and it'll be at about the 20-yard line. So commercial break though. I hope that the Jaguars win today. They could. Like I said, right now they're up, but the Bills are threatening. So I didn't pick the Jaguars as well to win. So I'm hoping they kind of win too, because I said they haven't won. I mean, they won against the Chargers. So like they technically did win in 2021, but it has been a while. So it's been a while since they won it. Zoe, what if Cam Little also set the longest field goal it posted in record this year? Because like I said, I looked it up and it was 58 yards. So like Cam Little can hit from 60. I mean, from 68 too, but still. So it's possible, very possible. Did you see Matt Mitchell's video of the 1,096 days since the SEC won a natty? Yeah, because he plays a Creed. I'm 15 minutes. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I did see that, and he did like chunks of football. All right, so shotgun formation from the 20-yard line. Khalil Shakir in at running back. Josh Allen rolls out, throws, checks down to Dawson Knox, gets 2 yards, be second down 8. Clock will continue to run. Yeah, I did see Matt Mitchell's video. Greg Newsom was the one that got burnt. All right, so 1:30 left to go the fourth. It is second down 8. Shotgun formation. Looks like it's going to be, I guess, Ray Davis to his right. Dropping the pass. Big screen took Khalil Shakir up to the 15, down to 14. So it'll be 3rd down and 4 for the Buffalo Bills. Clock continues to run down. I guess it's 2-down territory. And timeout is called, I believe, by Jacksonville. Which is smart. So now I put on a good bit more seconds. So it's be 3rd down 4, 1:16 left to go in the 4th. Jacksonville has 2 timeouts. Bills have all 3. Emmanuel, I thought the SEC was supposed to what each other, or do they just hate the Big Ten more? Either way, if I can have a natty, no one can. Indiana, please don't let Carson Beck win something. Yeah. Because he has won 2 national titles as a backup. So, empty set, trips to the right for Josh Allen. And going to be a screen pass. That's going to be a Khalil Shakir, who's going to, depends on the spot, might have gotten the first down. Are they going to give it to him or not? I think it's going to be a first down. It's really close. Did they give him the first down or not? I don't think he got it. Yeah, I don't think he got it. I think it's going to be 4th down and short. 4th and inches. Jacksonville's called a timeout. Fourth and inches. More not going to be a little tush push here or whatnot. Under center. Josh Allen's going to get that. Yep. First down 10. He's pushing him. And down to the 1-yard line. Timeout called by, what, did they call a touchdown? Did they give him a touchdown? Oh, they gave him a touchdown. That's actually good for Jacksonville. That's actually really good for Jacksonville. If it's a touchdown. Because now they have 1 timeout. All right, so they basically push their way to a touchdown. 10 yards down the field. They're just pushing. Yeah, he's down right there. So no, it's not a touchdown. It's at the half-yard line. That's what I thought. See, he's on top. And then his butt cheek hits right there. Yeah, he doesn't get the touchdown. That's what I thought. I didn't think it was. I thought that he would be down. Because right there, he's on top of the other defender. And then right there, his butt's got to hit right there. His butt's got to be down. So it's under review, called overturned. So it is indeed going to be a 1st and goal. Jackson will not going to call their timeout. Okay, so Jacksonville's going to use timeout. Yeah. So Jacksonville's going to use their last timeout to make sure to stop the clock. So it'll be 1 or 2 left to go in the 4th. So they add another a second, so it's going to be 105 to go fourth. Technically, if the Bills wanted to, they could kneel it right here and take down the clock. Theoretically. It wouldn't be very sportsmanlike, but you definitely could. From the 1 yard line, first and goal. Josh Allen under center. Gonna be no tush push. Easily gets in. So 102, well, probably 103 left to go in the fourth quarter. And the Bills take the lead. I could still possibly have stuff. No, Jacksonville still got 102 left to go in the fourth quarter, so no. They'll only be down by 3, so only really need to get a field goal. So season's not over yet. Season's not over yet. The all-important extra point. Kick is up. Kick is. Ooh. It was starting out and then it curved in. So it is 27-24. It is 27-24. Fourth lead changed the fourth quarter, tie for most in NFL postseason history. So it could be the record if Jacksonville was able to win this game. Come on, let me be right. Let me be right. Let me be right. All right, Bills on a boost ball away. Going to be returnable by the 2, up to the 10, to the 15, up to the 20, up to the 23-yard line where the Jaguars start off the ball. So it'll be 59 seconds left. Javon Solomon, the main man himself from Troy. Loved him coming out. He's the one with the tackle. All right, empty set from the 23. Drops back a pass, only rushing 3. Throws down the field, popped in the air, picked off. Game over. Game over. Bills win. Game over. Bills win. So, Parker, now you are correct. Yes. All Buffalo has to do is kneel the ball. Joey Bosa and Trevor Lawrence kind of talking back and forth with each other. But Cole Bishop. Yes, now the season is over. Yes. The very first play. Tre'Davious White tips it off. Cole Bishop, the one who picks it off. So all I got to do is kneel it down. I know. Another great game, though. Another great game. I like to see it. Wish I picked the Bills. And I think that one goes to Grant again. I think Grant is the only one that picked the Bills. Dang it, Grant is having a great wild card. He's going to have a great lead. Dang it. All right. Well, not what I expected, but hey, I will take the Bills going deep in the playoffs. Hopefully, they're not even worried about the Chiefs anymore. This wild card, they will either be playing the Denver Broncos or potentially the Patriots. One of the two. So who knows? Who knows? Yeah, like I said, I mean, like right now, I am only two behind Luke, but what up to? I'm five behind Luke, but I can still make up ground. Like I said, the playoffs is where you really make your money because not make your money, make up your picks because like the way we have pick'ems is for the playoffs. You also do score predictions. So normally on every Monday Night Football game, it's a score prediction game where you have 1 point for you getting the right, you get the correct um, team. 2 points if you get the closest score, and if you get the perfect score, you get 2 additional points. So that'd be a 5 point swing. For the wild card, it goes up a point. So it would be 2 points for the correct team, 3 points for the next closest score, and then an additional 3 points if you get the correct score. So again, that would be 8 points, and then it goes up a point each time. So like I said, divisional 3, 4, 4. Championship game, a conference championship game is going to be 4, 5, 5, and then the Super Bowl is 5, 6, 6. So again, like I said, um, that's how it works. So it was an amazing game. Unfortunately, there does have to be a winner and a loser. So Buffalo Bills make it on the field, and Josh Allen wins his first road playoff win. Look at there, first career road playoff win. The first road playoff win for the Buffalo Bills since 1992. So again, it's been a while, and that deep ball breaker definitely was a difference maker. So again, I'll be back in a little bit for the Eagles versus 49ers. I am rooting for the 49ers to win. So let's freaking go. Bills make it on to the divisional. So I will see y'all